it. Okay.
All right, good news. I got my passes for Bonsai tomorrow.
Well, cool. Let's see. Turn down layer volume a little bit. All right, Aaron, say something. I'm testing the volume.
Say something. I'm testing the volume.
Very good. Brian, if you're on, can you say something? All right, well, I'm gonna adjust this then.
So it was cool this year. They Bonsai invited me to come and do my tournament of husbandos and my holy waifu wars. Last year we turned so many people away that they're like, "Can you do it twice, like once on each day?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we're gonna do those once on Friday and once on Saturday.
Cool.
But one of them is at 11:30 p.m. That is way too late for someone my age to be starting a panel. I think they do it on purpose because they know I don't do Sunday panels, and I think that irks them. So they get their revenge by making me to start my panel super late.
No. People can be very spiteful. All right,
Mhm.
now I'm going to adjust I have your volume adjusted well. If you could mute yourself for a second, I'm just gonna play some music and stuff, make sure I have it at the right volume.
Roger Dodger.
All right, sound levels check. All right, Mr. Bryan, can you unmute and talk so I can hear your volume?
Yep, I can. Sorry, I was trying to do that a little bit before, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. I think I can hear you pretty well. Okay, I think I got it
Good.
balanced acceptably, so. Are we doing a charger for your phone?
Yeah.
So I'm. I have to read the same thing I did before.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't, it like went up 4% from when you said to start charging it. No, I'm doing that right now. That's actually what I got the phone for. Cause Brian didn't order pizza, so I gotta do it myself.
Nobody asked me.
I actually don't have time to run and go get some, so it's delivery.
Or is it DiGiorno? Here, plug it into this, and then when you're done. By the way, you don't need that because it has ports right next to it. I'm gonna get some zip ties. That's all we do.
For those online, traffic's apparently really bad, so those coming in person are gonna be about 5 to 15 minutes late.
Sacrilege.
Well, they just have to start coming an hour early to make sure that,
Do we get an XP bonus for being here early?
yeah.
That sounds appropriate to me. Hey, Carrie.
Yeah,
So I sent Natalie with some painted models for Gary, and they're in like a couple Tupperware. Could you help Natalie remember not to leave the Tupperware at your house when she returns at the end of the day?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Because that's exactly the kind of thing that I can see her forgetting, and I'll be like, "Where's my Tupperware? I don't know."
Well, if it's really good Tupperware, it might be hard for us to remember.
I always be stealing my Tupperware, huh?
But to be fair, is there really anything such as good Tupperware?
So that's a single person talking right there.
Now, when you get like a good set of Tupperware, you get real attached to them. It's like mine is the Rubbermaid line, and they're really microwavable. They're deep. You can put them in the freezer and prepare meals, pull them out months later. I really like my Tupperware. I'm attached to them.
I just never liked plastic stuff.
Well, there's like the flimsy, like I have two sets of Tupperware, right? I have my good ones, and then I have like the little throwaway ones, and like so when I need to give like a neighbor a treat or something, and I don't want the Tupperware back, I give them the little flimsy ones. But today I messed up. I sent the good stuff, which is why I'm trying to set it up so that I get it back.
Gone now, man.
Mhm. I was a fool. I'll never see him again.
We don't actually like Tupperware, so I would definitely send it home. I have Tupperware to give away, but we don't actually have Tupperware to keep.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds exactly like something a Tupperware thief would say.
You'll see it again the next time you go over to Gary's.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll see Carrie eating a salad out of it. So we actually found a salad dressing that Ruth can have, like a store-bought one. It was pretty amazing. It's like a lemon and basil.
Oh,
Yeah. She was just as surprised as I was. So Brian, you there?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Here.
So we've never really had a chance to actually meet. Tell me about yourself.
There's not a whole lot to say. I'm a pretty boring loner, introverted kind of guy.
Nah, I don't believe that. Everyone's interesting. You just have to dig down far enough to get to the interesting details. So what do you do for a living?
In aviation, I started out as mechanic like Gary, but not for a big airline. I started out Sikorsky and moved into the quality side of things. So I'm an auditor. I go and visit repair stations that work on parts and I audit them.
That's pretty cool.
But
See that?
quality
That's
auditing, not financial.
right. You're testing whether or not they're following the proper procedures and keeping up with safety standards.
Yep, pretty much.
It's really cool.
It's a
Is
fun
that where you thought you'd end up, or did you have other plans?
No, never in a million years.
What did you study in college?
I didn't actually go to college. I spent about 10 years of my life after high school working go nowhere retail type stuff, until I finally decided to go to A&P school and get my license to work on aircraft. It just apparently out of all my class, Sikorsky decided that I had a better attention to detail than the rest of the class, so they made me an inspector instead of a mechanic. So
Whoa, see, that's really cool. You
And
have a
you said
unique
you were
you have a unique
boring.
backstory. Now you play a dwarf. What is it about dwarves that you like?
Nothing in particular, just something different. It's been several years since I played and wanted to try something new, but I also wanted to try and find something useful to the group. So
Yeah, I get a lot of enjoyment watching your character do daring do. When you played before, what did you play back then?
a little bit of everything. I ran the whole gambit. We used to play a ton back when we were kids. I mean, so I played just about everything.
That's cool. That's cool. So like third edition Pathfinder. What rule
No,
set did you
even
follow?
back before that. Was it? I think it was. So I actually can go as far back as to when I was a little kid. My mother and my uncle used to play basic D&D.
No way. You mean like with the little red book?
Hang on.
Oh,
A little bit.
so
This is Colton.
Hi.
Hello, this is Abby. And this is Natalie.
nice to meet you.
I was told that you had to return these back to your father.
So I made a
That's where
second
them
one
what?
of these. I did tough one.
Oh, yeah.
It's for your thing, it's a trap. I mean, it's gotta get moved together. So the top's gonna get moved on. And you go move that piece of it. but use the key. It's button, and then it's seven. That's the stop, and so if it didn't stop or went too far, it's not really on, so it all fell out the door. It's like trying to pop out.
Where-
There, let's not put you in Colton right now.
Oh, you did.
Figure out how to. I'll give you a bag or something in a second. So I
Gary, if you want to send those Tupperware back filled with things like cash or something, that's perfectly acceptable.
I've got,
You said
here's
that
some,
everything?
where's the I guess everywhere is the camera. We can give him this cash. Yeah, that's.
You can even give me that Canadian Monopoly money. I accept that too.
Holy crap, you painted the boat.
Aaron painted the boat.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron painted the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it. I asked Gary to print up some models so that I can put together a little painting class for you guys. So once I have those from Gary, we can schedule a date.
I haven't told him about that. Yeah, Aaron's
Yeah, you told
gonna
me
teach us
that.
how to paint. Oh, I did
You
tell
did.
you that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm very much a novice when it comes to painting models.
Oh, you'll love it. I've only been doing it seriously for about a year. Once you learn the techniques, your skill level, you'll be amazed with the results you can achieve. It's really satisfying.
Well, just the awesome lacquer
Butterscotch
job you did on
blue
this.
here.
It looks like real wood. That's cool.
Yeah, believe it or not, organic stuff is actually the easiest thing to do. It's the synthetic materials that are harder.
Really.
Yeah.
You guys have a bottle opener.
On top of the fridge.
You don't know how to use that, do you?
I used it just fine. Usually I just drink water, but I don't have to work tomorrow, so if I'm
Oh, it did
awake
work.
for a while, I'm awake for a while.
Yeah, the setup's changed a bit since last time I was here.
But it
Jerry
changes
is gonna
every
be so happy that you notice. He actually asked me, he's like, do you think anyone will notice? And I'm like, I don't.
Did he
think
just
so.
do it? Ah, okay.
Do you even know what he'd see?
I
Like I
it.
said, you.
It's a DM thing. You notice differences.
There's not as many chords.
Good job, Abby.
That's one
Yeah.
big thing. You got these to work right, like you wanted to.
Yeah.
There's that thingy.
So
That thingy's been there for a while.
yeah, that was,
Oh.
but he cut a trench into the ground.
Right
That's the
here.
black
Yeah.
tape.
And
Oh,
so
wow.
all the electric cords are buried and come up right underneath the table.
did I not notice that? I
Okay, I didn't see the trend.
It's
didn't, yeah, we totally all noticed.
but different things.
See, I noticed,
Yes.
see, I noticed something was different. I just couldn't put my finger on what.
I noticed that there was a significant lack of cord. It looks very clean. It looks really good.
Free
Yeah.
reroll for everyone who noticed.
That's right. Where are those tokens?
I'm just like, oh, this room looks more empty than.
I'm really glad that he got that.
I'm
to
like,
work,
oh,
though.
that's why.
I hope that's been working really well.
It's
Yeah,
really
I'm not
good.
gonna do that. I'll let him figure
You're
it
not
out.
gonna zip tie it.
No. I'll let him do it.
I have a baby sock. Why? In my pocket. Because our son has this thing for taking his socks off now, and I didn't want him to run around with the
Oh, I
baby.
didn't see the beam that you put up in the tunnel either.
So
When I
it's
first
just in
walked
my-
in. That's looking really good.
So you'll be proud of all of us.
Oh, good.
All of us noticed that something was different and we all noticed something different.
Been a little dusty down here. I've done some stuff. So I'd like to hear what each of you has noticed that was different. That would be
I noticed the lack of cords.
excellent. Give her a fate point.
We said reroll token, but fate point works too.
I'll take those.
All I noticed was that the room was slightly less cluttered than usual. I couldn't really put my finger on what exactly was different, but I'm like, it's more empty than it usually is.
Yes.
But it's like a good empty, like it's
Yeah, like,
like
not like a hunt.
I know this word, Lord.
What happened
Do I
to
get a
them? We're like,
bonus
good
reroll
empty.
because I brought hand? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have said anything, you guys wouldn't have noticed anything.
All right,
No,
so
it felt different.
did I bring?
I noticed that there's a lack of reroll token in my hand.
Well, you gotta be here to get that.
there's one in your box, Aaron.
There's perks to coming in person.
There are.
Yeah, did you sing,
Yeah,
the sea shanty for us, Aaron? Jeez.
Yeah. And did I bring down the diagonal cutters?
Yes, you did. I moved them because they were
In your way?
in my way. Yeah, thank you for finishing my sentence.
You're welcome.
My brain's been having a hard time like actually functioning today. And so. Yeah,
I was out yesterday.
In case you guys are wondering, or I'll just tell you anyways. So some people, have like a little bit of a attention deficit disorder. And their brains sort of work really, really quickly. Well, one of the things that some people's brains that have that do is they are always trying to guess what the person's going to say before they say it. And the more I know someone, the more I know exactly what they're going to say. So when they're talking slowly, sometimes I have to just breathe because I'm just like, I know what you're going to say, just say it. Because I'm always trying to guess. So sometimes I fill in, what someone's going to say. I'm not trying to be rude. It just.
oh
That's-
no, yeah, say words faster.
Yeah, and Carrie's brain doesn't, like if she gets tired or something, she'll start doing that and I'll just finish her sentences.
Do you have
So-
attention?
Put my keys in the Tupperware so you can't forget.
All right, so this isn't a normal situation that has this wire like this. This wire is only because
Yeah.
the
No.
phone did.
I forgot, I noticed.
I would put a
zip
meeting-
ties.
Weekly meeting on my calendar, so it'll remind me to plug it in. I'm sorry.
That was one thing I actually did notice into the room, like, why is there a pile of zip ties?
The first thing I really noticed though was that that's lower than it was.
It is lower than it was.
And so
before,
that's
because
where
it
my brain was first at. It was trying to like,
Yeah.
why is this specifically weird?
Well, that's adjustable in height.
Yeah, I figured you lowered it a little bit so they could see a little bit better in the aerial view. But, so that was the first thing I noticed. And then I was like, wait a second, there's not like a cord everywhere.
So,
I mean, there's a cord.
It's one though, man, and it's
I'm
like
like,
perfectly
Coil.
coiled and, yeah.
There are not cords everywhere, but there is a. cord.
There was a very much a lack of white cords.
Yes.
There's a white cord.
Yeah, but it's like up there. It's not like.
so if you guys notice that there's a strip on the floor, can you see that
Yes.
strip of
Yeah.
concrete?
We've
Did-
noticed
did-
the big gray
Did
strip.
Carrie tell you?
Yes.
Yes, days of cutting out concrete, putting in tube under the floor and reconcreting and running wires. Because I've added more things to it. Did you get a box that was on the front porch?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, because I'm adding all these various different electronics, like this little portable monitor. And as soon as.
Did you seriously cut through the concrete or you just
Oh,
jive
no.
it?
Oh, no,
No,
there's
no,
a big, like,
He very much cut through the concrete.
Yeah,
I will take a picture and send it to the group chat if you'd like, so you can see the
Yes, please.
very
yeah.
much.
And then
Yeah,
took a
sure.
hammer and broke out the concrete.
After it was cut, yes. Now.
what I wanna know is how you find the time to do all this stuff and work and like.
Right? I'm like,
I don't know, at this
The
point,
secret is not sleeping, right? Everybody's wasting like 8 hours a day.
So you just don't sleep ever.
he takes 20-minute power naps.
You see, that's actually the truth. He's not kidding.
Oh,
He
really?
got up at like 10 a.m. Sunday, worked doing all this, went to work at 8 p.m., got home at 7:30 in the morning, then went to bed.
Well, then I did some work until she woke up and then went. to
And
bed,
then he went,
And then woke up early to then work on this.
yeah, so.
So the secret is for last week, get about 4 hours of sleep a night. That's really.
I
Sleep
mean,
is for the week.
I mean, at this point, I'm convinced you have 48 hours in a day.
I might.
Like, we're all here living with 24 hours a day,
Better
we
roll
just have
the- roll
48,
high on it,
right?
It was high.
Well, I have to take a whole gamut of things just to get to sleep anyways, my brain not shut off. So, so it doesn't take that much to keep me awake anyways. I have one last thing to print and then we can start planning.
That storage when not in use.
What are you showing?
Nothing.
I don't know
The
what you're talking
DM,
about.
the DM doesn't get to know everything.
Okay, what are you guys?
Oh, underneath the storage when not in use.
If the DM doesn't know everything, then what's the fun of being the DM?
That they get to control everything.
If I don't know it, I can just make it up. Orange paper for Halloween.
Ooh,
It's spoopy.
Mhm.
I like spoopy.
Okay,
My boss scared the crap out of me today at work, screamed so loud, people on the other side of the building heard me. It was great.
all right, so we're about ready to begin.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question, Gary, before we start?
Well, actually, no, I'm shutting off the video because when I say I'm beginning, that means the beginning.
I
But
press
now
the
I've
button.
stopped the beginning. So what's your question?
Since we've got everyone together, I was gonna propose a couple dates for the painting class. I wanted to ask when you think we will have the models printed.
So when do I think I'll have the models printed? No, all right. So that's something else my brain doesn't do well. So I'm in the game mode. So now switching back to how long.
I'm sorry. We'll table that. You may proceed.
At the end part of it. All right. So I was just going to show you this since I thought he was going to be talking to the group for a second, do a bit or something. So you asked me like how I organize. So I'll have something like that in case I forget details and I just do little quick notes on the back. So I have that's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get to your printing afterwards. Someone remind me when it ends. So now I'm starting the game now. All right.
And go.
All right. Time has passed differently for Annabelle than it has for you. Death has been teaching her in his realm, trying to prepare her, knowing that plague is going to be coming after her and all of you. So she is about a year older. The deal maker has taught her, has brought some of the finest warriors that owed her a favor and had given her personal lessons in combat, in sword fighting. Death has been teaching her the uglier parts of the world and to get her ready, and also part of his job. So we're starting today. are going with her as kind of bodyguards. She's been set to collect a few souls to prepare herself, you know, to practice using her powers as Death, as Annabelle Death, and also in case the unfortunate event that Death himself is killed or captured by plague. Because if the souls are not collected when they die, the souls will go insane and become various things, various wraiths and all kinds of other spirits, which will then torment the rest of the living world, and the world will become a hell on earth. People trapped longer in pain than they should have, when they should have been released from cancer and all kinds of other things. They'll linger on and on and on in horrible pain. And then the souls that are released cannot go to heaven, they can't go to hell, they can't pass on. And so now, we start our adventure actually a few minutes in, and then we're gonna back up a little bit. We start with Annabelle talking to a man on a rooftop.
That makes sense as to why it's on the side now.
So this is, and this is Annabelle. And for you who read the preview, I hope you have. Basically, this is when this conversation happens. You know, Death speaks. The man goes, you know, hello, Death. And then Death, good morning. I'm done. And done, what do you mean? And then, so that conversation, that's when this takes place. The man, so I'm getting tongue-tied today. The man, I'm done with trying. I'm done with the humiliation. I wish there was a good reason why I keep failing, but I don't have one. It's me. Most people find their purpose, their other half, or something to make it worth going on. They have children or loved ones, something. Being a father would have been something. Damn, I've dreamed of that. I used to believe in a creator. I thought everything had a purpose. It was part of this great plan. I just realized there is no purpose, there is no plan, at least not for me. Then Death. Do you know that if gravity were slightly more powerful, the universe would collapse into a ball? No, I did not. Also, if gravity were slightly less powerful, the universe would fly apart and there would be no stars or planets. Where are you going with this? It's just that gravity is precisely as strong as it needs to be. If the ratio of the forces were slightly different, the world wouldn't exist. What are the odds of that happening by itself? Why are you trying to convince me to believe in a crater? The precision of the universe at least makes it logical to conclude there is a crater. Would it not? I appreciate what you're trying to do, but still there's no purpose for me. It wouldn't have made a difference anyways if I've never existed. See that family down there by the apple cart? You took that family in when they lost their home. That man would have lost his wife and children that winter. Not even a year from then, the father would have dragged himself to death from grief. Now those children will go on and do great things and help countless others. This is but one example of how you've helped so many. You were a good man. I must say, you're doing a pretty good job of talking me out of, I'm afraid it's too late for that. You've already jumped. I've slowed time down so we can have this talk. Right now, you're hurling to the cobbles at about the speed of the continental drift. The man stops, he looks down at the street. He looks at her for a minute. And then looks back, wait, You're a girl. I thought you were death a minute ago. I saw a skeletal reaper like I always imagined. You saw me as my father because I represent you now. Well, what do you mean? I think of me as the moon, not the sun. The moon does not create light, but reflects light. My father is death, and because my father loves me, I can reflect the light, or I can reflect his power and authority. If you're not death, who are you? I'm Annabelle. You know, Annabelle, I'm afraid. Don't be. Don't be. It's natural to die. It is as natural to die as it is to be born. You were a good man. The world is better for having you in it. You fulfilled your creator's plan, and he is proud of you. For you were his moon and reflected his love, his mercy, and compassion. A place has been prepared for you in paradise this day. The man with tears in his eyes. Thank you, thank you. Will you stay with me to the end? Annabelle. Yes. Till the end and the time thereafter, I will walk with you all the way to the afterlife. As you see these two, this whole time, they've been making a slow progression, getting to the street below. And they're just about ready to hit. They're within inches from it. And she says, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it last longer. I'm not as good as my father. I can only slow time. I can't stop it. And it's getting hard for me to hold it as it is. And now we cut to an earlier scene. And now you're, the scene is this. You're in a boarding house. And this was Death's earlier stop, or Annabelle Death. Annabelle is reading to you about about she's supposed to come and collect a young soul. And while she's there, she sees that this woman, the one who runs like a halfway house for children, an orphanage, is beating one of the children for disobeying, and she's going to basically beat the child to death. Now Annabelle is not supposed to do anything, and she's not even supposed to appear. And then all of a sudden, because she's beating her with this cane thing that she has, not a belt, excuse me, a cane. And on the last swipe down, there's a swish of just a blue streak, and the cane is cut in half as this Annabelle, wielding the sword that Death has given her, slices it in two. And the woman says, who are you, and how dare you interfere with me disciplining the children? And so, Annabelle says, I'm going to be taking these children. You were going to beat that child to death. I was just supposed to let you and collect the soul. But, I can't do that. And you have no right. You will not tell me where the children go. And then all of a sudden, Annabelle, you see her get angry. And then she appears as if she is Death himself, the specter again. And so then the woman is trembling and afraid. But this time, Death looks more like a woman. She has curves to her. And Annabelle goes, I did not come for you. I came to collect the soul of this child. But I'm not going to collect the child's soul, but today I might collect yours. a life for a life, what would it matter? The accounting books would still even out. And ladies, please don't take me. You know, I'm going to leave with these children. You know, but I might change my mind and come back for you. And if I do, I will wear high heels so you can hear the click of the cobbles out of the street below, out in the street. And that is the amount of time you have to repent before I take you. So then this scene, sorry for it's a long intro. Then back to this scene where she's with this gentleman about ready to slam onto the sidewalk. And she goes, "You always wished you had children, correct?" You know, yes, that was my dream, but I guess it's a little late now, just inches from the sidewalk. And she goes, "So if I gave you more time, would you take care of, say, a half a dozen of them?" Well, yes, I could. I suppose I have the means. And then she quickly hands him a ring of feather fall type thing, and then releases time. And the man just all of a sudden jerks to a halt right at the very end type thing. And then she introduces them to the children that she's, you know, had saved from the orphanage. And she said, you know, "I will grant you your life. You know, I will grant you your life in exchange for taking care of some children that I saved from a woman who had beaten them to death. So I hope this is purpose enough." And the man's like, thank you, you know, you're welcome. And then Annabelle turns to everybody. Don't tell my dad.
I thought that was really sweet. I was really happy that the guy got a happy ending and the kids too.
I like Annabelle Dad.
So,
Yes, I fully approve of your decision, Annabelle.
We need to get Annabelle some black high heels, with little skull charms on them.
Yes.
And those could be her death high heels.
now,
Death stilettos.
Yes.
I approve of this.
Maisie is
So,
still with everybody.
we leave her home.
Yes. Well, see, her training and everything happened sort of out of your time. And then Death gave you this immediate assignment, and it didn't seem like it was going to be that bad because you're just sort of watching to make sure nothing happened. So Maisie went along for this whole ride. So
Oh dear.
you know, now Annabelle, you know, says, all right, like she's almost talking into like an earpiece, like she can hear her dad. And she goes, you know, all right, he's told me where the next trail starts. Oddly enough, it starts at the Hobbit village that you were at before, where you pick up Maisie,
That's convenient.
right? So somehow you're supposed to pick up the trail of this next item, and find out what it is and how to stop it. He doesn't have more for you other than that some soul was literally terrified into insanity, and he couldn't get much out of him. That's how Death has been getting his information. He talks to the souls that he collects.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, because he has no great crystal ball or anything. Yes, now.
can I get give those hairpins I got to Annabelle?
Yes, I actually have, part of that in there, but so, so you can give them to her now if you wish,
Yes, I will.
you know, she's like, thank you. Oh, and this is my favorite color too. Oh, that's just wonderful. And she goes, okay, I'm gonna transport everybody to the village, and then you guys, will be on your own from there. I have, I'm not sure how my dad does it. I have an awful lot to do just today alone. So your trail starts back. We first talked to Maddox. All right. So now so Annabelle drops you off and says, oh, I gotta run. And all of a sudden she's gone. And you're at the village. First thing you notice is that everything is dead quiet. Normally, there's always sounds of singing and song and merriment and the smells of food and things like that. There's a bit of almost scent of decay in the air. Okay. Now, what is everyone doing?
Well, can I try to sneak up to the windows of one of the houses and try to see if I can take a peek inside?
It's a good idea.
Actually, can I use the scope on my sniper to try and look inside from here?
Let's see. From your vantage point.
Let's
you figure-
say, let's look in the windows of this house.
This one,
Actually, no, okay, that one only has windows.
this, yeah.
Well, that one doesn't have, so you're
This
gonna
one?
try to look in that little shack type thing. So this is your vantage point.
Hmm.
And then if you use the sniper scope,
Look inside one of the little gaps.
you really can't see much. You don't really seem to see anyone walking around or anything like that.
Alright. I guess I'll try approaching one then.
Okay. So you're gonna say go into this one.
Can I go around to the other side of this house and look through the window?
Like this way?
Yeah.
So. You look inside the window. Well. You see a dead halfling.
Oh.
I'd go back to the rest of the group and tell them what I found.
That's a good thing we still had them see.
Yeah.
I whisper it to the rest of the group, not trying to alarm Macy.
Okay. So you go tell everyone.
Is there a constable or law enforcement officer in this town that we should inform?
Well, they don't really have things like that. They have council members and things like that. That they talk about issues that affect the entire group as a whole. But they don't really have anything that's like law enforcement. Because hobbits, they eat, they sleep, they sing songs. They tend not to be the adventurous or violent type.
Except for Macy.
Yeah. except for-
Though I would like to point out, if there were law enforcement, they're probably dead too.
Are there any animals nearby that Buddy could talk to? Maybe they were a witness to the crime.
That's a good idea. It doesn't even have to be animals, because I speak with plants too.
Speak with the grass.
Okay, what are you speaking with?
Okay.
The grass?
You could interrogate the Verge.
I think I saw some mushrooms over there.
All right, Birch, what do you know? I'll cut you down. I don't.
Well, I'm noticing there's a ring of mushrooms.
I
Much
like
like the
mushrooms.
ring of mushrooms from before.
I like rings of mushrooms. I'm still
Um,
trying to make impenetrable shields.
so I definitely think that's where I'm gonna start,
Okay.
is with the mushrooms. So I'll go up to them and I'll be like, hello, I had a few questions for you about what has happened here recently.
Well. Now, in their own way, because as you know, talking plants and.
I'm a water bag, I
A
know.
lot of words and things like that. But. The mushrooms. That grew here are growing on top of one of the hobbits that learned some spells and magic, because these mushrooms feed on magic.
Hmm.
And so, but their brother and sister spores are feeding on a lot of hobbits right now.
Okay.
Like the mushroom zombie spores.
No, not mushroom zombie
They're
spores.
not the same kind of.
We're not doing that. We're not doing to do mushroom zones. Wow.
Okay. So did they just start growing? As death? I guess, as all of the hobbits died on them, is that where they came from?
Yeah. They're just
How-
opportunists, they feed on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. How long have you been growing on this water bag?
Well, so. She says, or the mushrooms say, they've been feeding on the small ugly bags of mostly water. For about 2 weeks now. Because time passed differently while you guys were in that other realm,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and so. And also time passed differently for Annabelle, as you know, there were couple different timelines going on at the
Mhm,
same time.
Okay. And you said there's a hobbit right there. It like that they're feeding on.
Mhm.
Can I use my magic ring to see if there's anything I can notice, or like even just sight, like I guess an investigation check
Mhm.
to see what's going on? Maybe with them?
Yeah, go ahead.
10.
Okay, you're doing, and what? You said
Okay,
you were
so-
using something else too?
Well, yeah, I was thinking I would use my ring. My magic ring to see what's going on their inside, to see if like if they've been poisoned, if they're injured in certain places, things like that.
Your ring, this one seems to have died of the Black Plague.
Oh.
Touching you.
It wasn't me.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna take a few steps back.
Black
You
plague.
gonna go collect some mushrooms?
I'm immune to the black plague, so sure.
Is the black plague something you get from being around it or touching it?
All of the above.
Yes, black plague, I believe originally was,
Which is airborne.
some- somehow I got like all the plagues, I apologize. Um,
All right,
the,
so Gary, I'd like to do something.
yes.
Bonnie's gonna take some charcoal
Mhm.
and crush it into a powder. Take some strips of cloth, get it wet, soak it in the charcoal and pass it out to everybody and instruct them to put these around their mouths. It'll filter out enough of the air that it'll really reduce our chances of getting the contagion because the Black Plague is airborne. That means the whole village is
Yeah.
filled with this stuff.
Definitely great idea.
I'll do that, and I'm glad that I looked through the window, so there was a glass barrier instead of opening the door.
Maisie is like, why is everybody so quiet? You know, your mom, dad,
Well,
mom,
sweetheart.
dad,
When I'm bawling.
mom, dad.
No, you need
I'm
to
home.
swim with us, sweetie. Something's happened. It seems as though your family and the people in your village, they got really, really sick. And they're not doing so well right now.
And if you go to them, you'll get very, very sick too.
And we want to keep you healthy, so you're gonna stay with us, okay, sweetheart?
So we're gonna go get the medicine?
We'll see what we can do, okay?
Are we going?
Can I say hello to my mom and dad before we go and get the medicine?
No, they're very, very sick.
If you even breathe some of the air that they've been breathing, you can get really, really sick, Maisie. It's really important that you hold this cloth over your mouth and that you stay with us, okay, sweetheart?
She's starting to tear up. Are they gonna be okay?
I don't know if they're gonna be okay, but you will be okay, and we will keep you safe. I'll just give her a hug.
So, quick question.
Mhm.
Being the accidental herald of plague, or plague's herald, however you wanna, what does that entail? Do I just subconsciously, like pheromone, like emit death and destruction now? Or, like, or am I like Annabelle, but the plague version?
No, she made you immune to any disease that makes.
So
But she made it so that she could, well, infect you in a way, but you wouldn't get sick from it. She makes you a carrier.
Yeah.
So if you heard of Typhoid Mary before,
Mhm.
you know, she carried the typhoid fever, but it just couldn't infect her. I mean, it raged through her system and her immune system, nothing cared about it. She never got sick.
Yeah.
But she infected everybody.
Okay, cool. So I just emit death and destruction.
So what I'm hearing is,
So maybe don't touch the mushrooms?
no one go near Anu, because she might already be infected with stuff.
We might want to consider isolating Anu in some sort of protective barrier, like a sack or 6 feet of dirt in a hole or something like that.
Does anyone have like how to spell like detect sickness to see if she's carrying something yet?
Would I be able to tell with my magic ring?
Right, because she might be down with the sickness.
Well, she better get up if she's down with the sickness. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
So, that's something like, I like people to try, and then
Okay,
I
yeah.
tell you if you can find it.
Yeah, I'll definitely use my magic ring, and I don't know if that would be, should I roll investigation or just?
Yes, that also helps, because that gives you a window into the body, but there's still a certain amount of, you have to be able to. Okay, and you're looking into a new,
Yeah, to see if she's already a carrier of something like typhoid Mary, like we were talking about.
so this thing can actually zoom in down to the actual light red of a person,
So
or DNA type
So
thing.
cool.
Most people have a double helix,
Mhm.
type thing. She
Mhm.
has a triple helix.
Okay.
There's an extra chain in there. You don't know what that does, and you can't identify like any known disease in there, type.
So what we're saying is she has an unknown disease.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, keep in mind, none of you are seen to be sick or dead, you know,
Yeah,
type
and she's
thing.
been with us for quite some time.
Mhm.
So that's probably, my guess would be that that third helix is just like her body's protection or extra.
Her poison immunity.
See, you
That's
don't know.
kind of what I'm thinking. That's my guess.
And how the ring works, if you know what sort of Black Death looks like, you've experienced it before, anything like that, when you open it up, the ring almost labels it as that. You know what I mean? But it's, so the more you investigate with it, the smarter it becomes.
That makes
It's
sense.
kind of linked to you.
Okay.
So,
So,
yeah,
It's like
so
Friday.
try zooming into the.
Gary, I'm gonna do a perception test. I roll a 17. I want to know what's the likelihood that this Hobbit village was infected by an
you broke up. Yeah, I heard infected by, then nothing.
I said, what I'm doing a perception check. I rolled a 17. What's the likelihood that the Hobbit village was infected by Anu herself?
Okay, you'd have to try to determine, it's hard to tell because you're not quite sure how long you were in the other realm. And you would have to try to establish a closer time of death.
Okay.
So Aaron, I'm thinking because the news, we were there when Plague said she was gonna make Anu her herald. And we've been with Anu ever since, so the likelihood that Anu's the cause of this is probably slim, but. I think maybe Plague did it out of spite
Oh,
because she
yeah,
knew
definitely.
we still had Maisie and had to return Maisie at one point in time.
Oh, so
Oh, yeah, it was
the Plague's just
100%.
gonna spite you, that's your plan.
Oh, it's 100%. Spite, have you met Plague? She definitely gives off petty vibes.
I created her, yes, and she is the vengeful sword, yes.
Extra sassy. Totally
She-
something.
She seems like the person to casually kill off a village out of spite.
A village of sweet hobbits nonetheless, anyway.
So Brian, I haven't heard anything from you. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm just kind of taking everything in. Medicine's not really my forte, so I'm just observing and, you know, if Steve has any ideas, I'm open to that.
Can I go onto the ship and look for Maddox? Cause maybe
Well, that's a good idea.
maybe Plague,
Oh, yeah.
maybe he's still around.
I
Yeah,
forgot
we might want to look around a little just to see if there is anybody living.
Yeah, cause we're looking for a red trail. No.
Well, that
Oh,
answers that.
He's breathing.
I think
Oh.
you should search the one.
I'll go, I'm immune. If I touch him, I won't get sick.
okay. So I yell out, hey, I found Maddox, but I don't wanna get too close.
Got you, I'm on my way. And I sprint up the boat.
Okay, you sprint up the boat. And are you leaving the boat or staying on the boat?
I will stay a safe distance away, but I will be there in case the new directs me to go do something.
So
I've got your back. What? I got your back. I'm there for you. What? I got you way back. The football field back.
Yes.
Okay,
So I'm also
And if
gonna
you ever
go
become a
and
carrier
stay in
of this
football
black
field
disease,
back
we can
because I
just
have some healing spells that I can use from a pretty good distance.
okay. So, he's on the floor. He's breathing very shallowly. His eyes are closed. He's breathing.
Poke him with a stick.
yeah. I'm gonna try and talk to him and ask him if he knows what happened.
Well, maybe we get.
I'm gonna
Stella
cast-
Hill,
Yeah, I'm gonna
cast
cast
something
healing
first.
word.
Oh, okay, I was like, I don't have any healing
So
spells yet,
it's
I'm not level 9.
3d4 plus 4.
Get healing spells, fine.
Why?
I don't know, but you.
Well, healing 12 points. Does that help his breathing at all?
It helps it a little bit type thing. And you'd really need a closer examination to be able to like, tell exactly what to do. Because, whatever this is gonna be a little bit more than just your typical healing.
All right, well, feeler breadcrumb trail. Going in, guys. I will roll a medicine check. See if there's anything else I can do to help him.
Okay.
So, fire is used as a sterilization agent.
So you're gonna set them on fire.
Can
Good
I,
idea. But you
No,
would ask
no.
there be no germs.
but like, can I like set a little fire in the room to kind of help kill the bacteria, like to kill while she does her healing? Or is that kind of anti?
That's just setting the room on fire.
Yeah, no, actually he's right. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Heat sterilizes because it like when you cook meat, it has to reach
Yeah.
a certain temperature. Well, at that temperature, the bacteria that normally lives in it, like meat, is like 165 degrees, I think, for beef. Once it reaches that point, then the bacteria will die inside of it. So literally, you'd have to cook him in order to remove the bacteria in there. And anything in the room, you'd have to heat the room up to say 165 or so, which would also kill him, and that would kill the bacteria in there.
So currently lighting the
But-
fire would just make a better
Mm.
environment for
No.
bacteria.
But you also,
No, better
if
environment for that.
if anybody has alcohol or anything like that, there are
I have
certain things
moonshine.
that are stringent, things like that. You can wash your hands after touching people and stuff like that, that kills germs. And Aaron's made bandanas that should block some droplets, type thing. And also charcoal, helps to filter out various different things like that.
Yeah,
totally
so
have-
I'm holding that over.
Okay, and then I
I'll
have-
definitely use.
Yeah, I'm like,
alcohol.
I have moonshine. I don't know why, but I have 5 jars of moonshine.
I rolled a 17 on my medicine check.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, the other person has the Black Plague. This one is like a different plague itself. He's got like the bubonic plague.
Cool.
Technically.
The
I think those two are different.
Wow, so they're,
Yeah.
so Plague's just going around giving everyone a different plague.
And so as far as you know, you don't think you can save him.
Okay, can you check to see if anyone has caught any of the plagues yet?
You can do that,
Okay, well,
but as far
If
as
he's
that,
still alive, maybe we could get some information out of him before he dies.
yeah, that's a good idea. Maddox, can you hear me?
he starts to stir. I remember you. I don't feel well. You should stay away. I got a cold or something. I have to sleep it off.
We
I
know
don't want
you
to get
don't feel
anyone
well.
else sick.
It's okay. We want to know. Do you know what caused this? Were you just fine and then all of a sudden sick? Like what happened?
Oh, we all got sick. There was some woman. She was so angry. She walked with a limp. Oh, the poor hobbits. She didn't see me. I tried to help them. I'm I used to be good with medicines and things. I tried to help them. She was so angry, and then Maddox said nothing more and never will again.
Oh, that's when he died?
As you can see with your ring, you saw his heart stop.
Man.
Is there any other, this is totally random, any other way to the bottom of the ship other than over by him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I wonder if we go investigate down there to see if there are breadcrumb trail is down there,
Yeah.
maybe?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go on an adventure. I'm gonna.
And
have
you
to-
realize it's not a literal trail of breadcrumbs, like,
Well, I
you
know
realize
it's
that,
not
right?
a literal trail. You know what? It's Hobbit, it could be.
It very well could be. Yeah, and so, you know how we usually like check for traps every room of a dungeon? We should check for viruses every room with your ring.
That's a good idea.
Check for
Yeah.
viruses.
Yeah, so I wanna.
We went from
Definitely.
checking traps to checking for viruses.
Yeah.
I don't wanna play this game if that's what we're doing.
We're going back to the beginning.
I've had 2 years of.
I don't wanna
COVID.
live in 2020 again, that was bad. Okay,
Well, now we have the magic ring that will.
so,
No, let's just,
I don't know, perception?
Mhm.
19.
Nice.
Had to math. 19.
Not hard.
All right, there's a bunch of, laundry he should have done, variously, he had different piles. So they weren't just dirty, they were different degrees of dirty, maybe if you want to wear it the second day. You can tell.
You know someone who does that, anyway.
All right, but there's a chest.
Okay,
I will open it because I am immune to all diseases.
let's say I can't pick locks to save my life with this character, so.
Oh, I could do that. I'm good at that too.
You can pick locks to save lives.
Where's Q? He's-
I mean, if the situation arises.
All right, so you go ahead, try to pick it up.
18.
You open the lock. When you open the chest, it explodes. Please make a new character. No, just kidding.
Okay, dang
Yeah, I just randomly kill people like that.
Just rocks fall,
just kidding.
everyone dies.
No, so yeah.
Joke's
rocks
on
fall
you.
inside.
Hold to Oblivion opened up.
Yes, now, in there's a really small chainmail armor. It's like it looks like
Maisie size?
dwarven made, and it's been tailored down to fit halflings.
Maisie!
There's
No, you gotta check if this
there's
virus-
there's basically, it looks like it's something special like mithril. It's like mithril chain. There's a helm, greaves, the I think the arm greaves, leg, the leg guards type thing. There's a spear, type thing, and it's a knife for you would
We'll
be
say that
a
it's
sword
toothpick.
for half.
Does it glow when there are orcs nearby?
Let's go find some orcs, find out.
Yeah, okay, so if you guys get this whole quest, and let's
Let's go find some orcs.
Let's see what this sword. Yeah, it's not glowing, but there are also no orcs that you're aware of, so you're not really sure.
Okay.
Whatever
that's-
you do,
Are
don't pick
there
up the
any-
ring.
Sorry, Brian, what was that?
I said, whatever you do, don't pick up the ring.
Yeah,
Are there any engravings? on
there
any
is
of it?
one ring, yeah.
I call dibs on that.
Go ahead, go on.
Are there any engravings or anything like that on it?
Yeah, they're in Dwarvish.
I can read Dwarvish. You read halfling, and okay, go read.
I can like.
We do have a dwarf in the group.
Yes,
He
but
didn't
He's
come
not
with
in this
us.
group
Alright.
right now. But I can read.
Come
Dwarvish.
on, you come with us. No.
Okay, so
Okay, you can read it.
what does the sword say?
It just said, the sword itself, that's what you're reading?
No, the runes.
Whatever,
The engravings.
whatever the
Okay.
engravings.
Well, there's some on everything, like the actual links of the mithril chain have.
Well, let's start with that. 'cause
Every
I wouldn't
single
even do
one.
that. I'd do an Arcana check.
I can do that too.
Cause I bet you that's magic.
22.
It is magical. You're not quite sure of its origin or if it's anything else other than that. I mean, you'd know it'd be sort of in the realm of protection or something, but
Okay. So
but that's from Arcana. What you get just from reading
Yeah.
Dwarven is just basically it. Your crappy translation would be something like, you know, made for the one who will always be considered a brother and friend to the dwarves.
okay. That's ominous. Okay. So I'm gonna give so everything is scaled down to hobbit size,
Yes.
right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep the sword because okay, dagger, whatever. I'm gonna keep that, but then I'm gonna give everything else to Maisie to help protect her.
Even the ring?
There's not really a ring.
Oh,
We were joking on that. These are Lord of the Rings references. And
Will
so,
it fit
well, I
her?
got that part.
Will it fit her? Cause she's a child.
She's a child.
So will it fit?
It's not regular.
It,
Hobbit,
it,
it's a child.
it is sized for an adult. I mean, you could
Maybe
you
it's, maybe
try it
it's,
on her, maybe you could do alterations.
maybe it's a chainmail dress instead.
Yeah.
as long as she can walk, she's fine.
Can she walk?
Well,
If it's magical dwarven chainmail, it'll fit her.
That's, ooh, that's true.
We're gonna do that. So yeah, so I'm gonna just like, I'm gonna stick the sword, or the dagger in, in my belt
mhm.
for safety. And then I'm gonna take everything else in a big pile and be like, okay, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go and take it all to Maisie and dress Maisie in magic dwarven armor.
Why do you want to keep the dagger for yourself instead of giving it to Maisie?
Cause she's 6.
Cause she's a child and children don't need sharp pointy objects.
Don't
of
play with
magical
knives.
origins.
Don't play with knives, kids.
Pretty much.
I just thought she might need better protection than a
Alright.
pointy stick.
We'll give it to her
So-
when things get serious.
Okay.
So
I'm like, if it comes down to where she needs to protect herself, I will just hand it to her, but I will hold on to it.
So
for
Brian is
thing.
correct, where it does resize itself to the user. Type thing. So the user before obviously had a little bit of a pot belly, and since Maisie doesn't, that's one of the things, is it starts to shrink up, but most of the shrinking is just shrinking and shrinking in the stomach mostly. It was like chainmail, stomach, so there was a lot of reduction going on in that one part.
Cool.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I outfit her and I'll be like, there. Now you
won't die with my
Now
hit.
you won't, yeah, now I don't have to worry about you being squished.
Welcome to the Belladonna's
Well,
baby.
it's
Yeah.
not-
Officially.
She doesn't have a helmet.
Yeah, she does, there was the
There
helm,
was
there was the
a
helm
helmet.
and the chainmail and the dagger.
She's basically got like the arm greaves, she's
Yeah.
got these things that go on her
Shin
her
guards.
shins type thing, yeah.
Yeah,
And the chainmail will actually come down, like mid-thigh type thing.
Yeah.
as
So
it
it
is.
it is essentially a dress, yes.
it's a very short dress.
Yeah,
It covers the important bits.
yeah.
So I'm gonna hand to Maisie the Belladonna welcome package. It's a little gift basket. It's got some soap. It's got some monogrammed stationery. It's got her contract for her to sign. Last will and testament.
Or anything, and then I'm supposed to sign it. That's a little vague.
They work for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, she should not. You're a good reader for 6, maybe.
So if I remember right, this is supposed to be the key point that's gonna help us find the next Devil's Craftsman item, right?
Yeah.
Yes, somewhere village.
So is there anything else on the boat besides laundry in this chest?
That was about it. He has tons of old diaries and different things like that. He's had a rich full life. I mean, he's been all around the world. He's collected a bunch of stories.
Well, had.
Yeah, and he's written writing several books, type thing, chronicling his adventures.
Can we look to the last account?
And his last account even includes like when you guys were there, and then for time after everything was fine. And then it talks about how everyone started to get sick and he did his best to try to help everybody, and then he got sick.
Did it say anything about like what the woman that came did or what she looked like or anything?
It said that she was asking where the strangers, what they knew about some large folk that had just recently visited the village, and what their plans were, where they're going.
So that's how she found us.
So,
You know what we could do now that we have that information about the lady. We could have Buddy interview more of the plants and see if they saw where she came from, where she went, what she did while she was here. We might be able to get some more information that way.
Yeah, to
Before-
interrogate the grass.
that's a good idea. Before we do that, I do want to look around because what Maddox was trying to help heal the people that were sick and help them. I want to make an investigation check to see if I find anything medicine related that we could keep on us in case any of us get infected. Do you want me to roll?
Well, you should keep in mind that none of this stuff worked.
Well, yeah, but we don't know how fast he caught it. Like how fast he caught how sick they were and.
And I'll travel around. I'll travel around with her as well, and while she's looking for medicine stuff, I'll be looking
Hold on.
for any other clues.
Yeah, so if you take bottles of healing and you're pushing them aside to I can't
Where
find
are
it.
they?
I
That's my
can't
whole
find it."
thing.
Yeah. That you were right here and you were like, I can't find anything.
Sometimes it sounds
No.
really dumb. No.
Okay, so all right, so what else are you guys doing?
Ryan's searching the rest of the ship.
You're searching, well, you searched.
Not the ship, the town.
Oh,
Down below.
okay.
I'm not going into any buildings, but I'm looking for anything that might be a clue. For investigation, I got a 19.
Man, that was much better than my roll.
Okay, so as you're looking around the town. As you're looking around the town, your symbiote catches what it's describing as the scent of death. That you guys are downwind of a lot of it, and it's not like, say, coming from these buildings.
And there's
Okay.
there
Yeah, so I'm guessing
people who are not there.
there's a big pile of bodies somewhere.
Are you going to follow it upstream and find them, or stay away?
What do you guys think?
Follow the stench of death. Well,
I have a question. If I went to the top of that thingy thing, like
Crow's
crow's nest, could I have a sniping bandage for the rest of the town?
You could a lot more of it. There's still,
Like,
there's things like if something's here, you still could hit them. There's things that
But
can
like-
hide from you.
well, like how far would my sight go?
Watch the monitor. So if you're looking, right? So you could see all the way to the bridge, but if someone's on the other side of those buildings or something, you won't be able to see them.
Okay.
You're,
Can she see the pile of death?
oh,
Yeah,
yes,
The pile of death.
yes.
Yeah,
You can see the pile of death from.
Bring out your dead.
can.
Right.
Yeah, can
So,
I see
we'll-
anything about
we'll get
this
to that.
further town section that might be of use? Here, give him a second.
Let him bring out the dead.
Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet.
So,
I feel happy.
yes, so.
You guys weren't there for it, but a long time ago, Gary had piles of corpses and he would love to sprinkle them on the table as they fell from the sky. The relish in his eyes was really something to behold.
Good job remembering that one, Aaron.
Man, I wish I was there.
I remember when it rained dead.
When it rained dead.
Now, I'm not gonna have enough to spell out anything, but basically, in dead hobbit corpses is arranged, see you soon.
Oh,
Oh, no.
So it's
she's messed up.
firing.
Well,
Yeah, so the guys, this was personal, and this was a message to us directly. This wasn't any random thing.
so we still have the intercoms from like back when we were a sci-fi setting, right?
And then the little period's actually a little happy face.
Oh, God.
That insults injury. So I'm sorry, what was your?
Do we saw the comms from when we were Space Adventure?
We did.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Okay, yeah.
I use those intercoms to tell everyone what I see from my vantage point.
Of course, Buddy doesn't have one.
I don't have one, and neither does,
And then I add on, someone tell Buddy this.
Michelle.
you. Oh, no, he's farther though.
Oh, yeah.
Well. I really wanna find. I kind of wanna find Maisie's parents to give her some closure.
But then
She doesn't need to see the mutilated bodies of her parents.
that won't give her
But
closure. that'll
I'm
give her
saying
trauma.
we need
Not
to know.
mutilated, they're moldy.
I'm not saying that she needs to go see them. I'm saying one of us needs to see them so we can confirm Maisie, this is what happened. I also want to go, I have mold earth as a cantrip. I really would like to bury these bodies and give them, even if like we can't move them and touch them, I'd like to give them a.
And like contain pathogens.
You can't bury bodies with deadly diseases because the deadly diseases just seep into the ground and then contaminate everything.
Well,
You
it,
have
We'll
to
just burn them then, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm like, you
But
have
what
to.
Wait. So you know that, but you don't know that lighting the room on fire would cook the guy?
I'm allowed to have selective knowledge, okay?
okay, so you got.
Maybe I just wanted to infect all the earth. I'm not like a druid trying to save it or anything, jeez.
But that's exactly what we're trying to do,
Okay.
is save the
So
world.
you guys starting a big fire and burning them? Is that
Yes,
what-
and Anu
No,
has to do all the
then the
heavy
smoke-
lifting because she's the only one who can touch
Because I'm the only one that
them.
can touch them.
Then they'll
Dex
just-
can help.
Then they'll just be deadly.
Yeah, Dax can do a lot of the work.
Then there'll be deadly disease smoke in the air.
No,
No.
because as the bodies burn, the
That'll
back
The
it'll
heat,
I
yeah.
really do wanna see if we can, I
So-
don't want Maisie to go with, but I really do wanna see,
Hey, Gary.
give her that closure.
Yes, and then I gotta go back to Buddy after that. Yeah, go on.
Is there an alchemy shop in the Hobbit town?
No, they have, I mean, hobbits know some basic stuff to take care of themselves, like to help with gout or like, stomach aches and things like that, but there's not an actual alchemy shop.
Okay, I was just thinking maybe if there was like, if we could get a hold of like some dragonfire potion or something, that we could use that to immolate the bodies in a way that would actually destroy the disease.
Fire itself, just like her moonshine thing, actually probably should be sufficient.
So Dex and I just, so
So-
Dex and I found
Dead
a,
fire.
we found a wagon and I'm bringing all the corpses to this field
Mhm.
to set them on fire because I'm the only one that can manhandle them without getting infected.
And Estelle's keeping a watchful eye for Maisie's parents.
So from where I am, can I see the top of this tower?
Oh, that's not here. That's the next scene of the adventure.
Like from there? How
Yeah, but
there
it's
can I see
a
it?
different realm.
This is hundreds of miles away.
Okay.
Yeah, the other side of the bridge is
Just
the bridge
like
is
where that
misleading.
guy jumped off. Yeah, that's not even on this table.
The
yet.
bridge is misleading.
Yes.
The bridge is, think, on the other side of the bridge, open field for miles. And then the town, this is the next scene.
Yeah. All right, so
No, you're fine.
it's. You know, that's, Act 1 was down there, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah,
was
I'm,
there.
I'm burning corpses in an open field, basically.
Does Estelle find Maisie's parents?
You mean the fire?
You do find Maisie's parents in the, you know, in her home type thing, you know. And there's actually a very nice painting of all of them together.
I'm gonna get that painting down for her. Is there anything else in the home? I guess I can roll an investigation check that I could maybe take for Maisie, like changes in clothes, or like a special like necklace that might have been her mother's, or just something.
There's all kinds of stuff like that.
Are you going
It's a treasure trove of, you know, like family heirlooms type things.
You might wanna check if their parents got all their leg stuff on it.
You don't wanna take any clothes because that will have.
Yeah,
trade
that's
residue.
true.
But
But
jewelry, you can take jewelry and we can clean jewelry.
Yeah, as I said, we can clean jewelry and the painting should be okay.
I wouldn't take the painting.
Why not just heat up the whole room with fire and then it'll be sterilized, right?
I'm allowed to have selective knowledge.
Yeah, 451 degrees should sterilize.
I'm not gonna.
About
stare at
everything.
the whole house.
We'll pretend that the painting was
I was gonna say, was
filled
it,
within a glass case.
well, no, was it, is it on something that was once alive, like what it's painted on?
Well,
Like-
canvas is generally painted on like a cotton fabric that's woven and oil paints and different things like that. So it's something that you could probably sterilize with alcohol, you know.
But would it ruin the art?
What's that?
Would it ruin the art? Would it ruin the painting?
You run the risk of it, but it's either, well, trash it and burn it, which is definitely gone, or you try cleaning it with alcohol and maybe it survives.
I vote for the alcohol.
That's kind of what guys, I'm so sentimental. Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Okay. The painting does manage to survive whatever inks they use, holds up to it, you know, type thing. And then all the other stuff, like I said, you can just soak in.
Yeah, the jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna do all of that before I go back to Maisie
Mhm.
and talk to her. So that she can just have those things right away. And I'm just sobbing as I'm doing all
She's
this.
crying, I want to talk to
Oh,
my
just so
mom.
everyone
I wanna see
knows.
my mom."
Just so everyone knows, so it's not a surprise to everyone. As soon as we leave this town, I'm setting it on fire.
I kind of figured as much.
Okay,
I mean, that's fair.
just so everyone, you know.
Yeah, but we don't have the bread from, we don't have a Cholesol yet.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, let's, I'm gonna search all of the houses, see if there's anything in any of the other houses that
mhm.
could be the start of our breadcrumbs.
Well,
I
you,
will roll for,
yeah, go on.
investigation.
Or Molly will roll for this.
I'm like, that's a 4.
Yeah, so this is your investigation. I'm gonna look to see if I can find anything.
Wow. It looks like a wall to me.
The wall, guys.
So I
You're
rolled,
searching of just that one wall, are you?
No, I went, no. I went to go and look, and then Dex decided he needed to, malfunction. So I was like, oh wait, I gotta,
You
Okay.
squirreled.
I
Okay,
squirreled.
what did you get?
17.
You got a 17.
Much better
Okay.
than my 4.
Coincidentally, you noticed that there was papers talking about an order that was being shipped to a nearby town. And because this town is gonna be having a celebration soon, and so they really liked the Hobbit bread that they make type thing, and so they
Breadcrumbs.
they
You guys.
So-
took
I
the-
told you it was real bread.
So they,
Oh my gosh, so it really is literal breadcrumbs?
so they, yes, it is. And so they shipped many loaves of their breads and other baked goods because, you know, hobbits know comfort and they know food. So, you know, really one of the main things that they sell is they do catering.
Oh my God, yes, let's follow the breadcrumbs, guys. Hansel and Gretel all the way.
Yes.
Were these breads and baked goods sent out before or after that person came to make everyone pledged?
You're not sure?
It
So.
doesn't give any dates.
But we don't know when,
You don't know when plague came. You know when the
Yeah,
shipment
the
was.
diaries say when the person came.
No, because when that person came, he stopped entering dates because he looked like he was frantically entering those.
it was a bill of sale, Natalie, not a diary.
Oh, but
So-
he was,
Oh,
she
no,
was
she's
talking
talking
about
about
Maddox.
Maddox.
But Maddox didn't mention it. Normally
Yeah.
he kept dates like that, but in this it looked like he was busy.
It was more, was he putting it down every day? Like, can we count the entries after we left?
No,
till
you don't
she
know.
came?
Some of those seem like they could have been several in a day. They could have been, you know, a day in between. You're not quite sure.
You really
It
want
could
this
have
to be
been,
mystery,
you know,
don't you?
it could have been everything all at once, the day before we found him.
Well,
Do you know how long this plague takes to kill? We might be able to figure out a ballpark from that.
Putting down all.
What
the
I think we're
works.
spending a lot of time on something that's not really part of the story.
Well, I'll give you some other information that, you know,
As
you
relevant.
gathered, from your search and various looking. So almost every hobbit died from a different disease.
Excitement.
I
So
guess,
because since she can give all of them, you know, one of them was a black plague, then the red death, and then, scarlet fever,
So-
and then, you know,
so this was just a showcase of all of Plague's best works.
Pretty much.
yes.
Greatest hits.
Yes, and then she took several of them and, laid them out in the field and said, see you soon with them.
Okay, so let's follow the breadcrumbs, and as we're leaving, I'm quite literally going to set every building on fire.
Before we do that, I want to talk to Maisie about what's happened, because she's gotta know. And I kind of want to take Maddox's diaries with, like, there could be useful information.
Check them first to see if you got stick stuff on it, or at least
Only probably the last one could possibly have anything sick on it, like ones from years ago,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because he knew about the orb and he knew about some things. I'd like to take him.
Are you gonna carry around dozens of journals?
Maybe Dex will. Just kidding. Okay, maybe that's a.
That's in my pack animal.
The book nerd doesn't want to see them die.
I am burning everything, so.
Put them in a chest and bury them.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
do that.
So,
The chest that had all of the armor stuff, put all the books you want in there, then you can mold earth to protect it from the blaze that I am about to set. Cause I'm gonna set the ship on fire, all of it. It's
Yeah, no, it all needs to be lit on fire.
it's all going.
just let me catch up with you before
So,
you send it
buddy,
fire. I'm
several
kind of-
campaigns ago, there was actually an NPC that would take all the books every time she entered into a place that had books because she loved books so much.
Yeah.
But she was not human, so she
Hi.
could carry all the books.
Yeah.
So,
Just need a bag of holding and make a library.
Yeah.
It just takes all.
Yeah,
the-
don't we have a bag of holding somewhere?
I can create a bag of holding.
I have a Kender bag of holding.
Oh, cute.
so,
Knowing this bag, if you put those books in there, you're gonna get Dr. Seuss back out.
I guess that's fair. Alright, I'll do what, Abby said, I'll mold earth and I'll put them all in the chest and I'll weep for their all of this lost knowledge. They'll come back for you.
All right, so you start setting fire to the town
Yep. And the ship's going up too.
and the ship.
After I caught up with you guys, right?
Oh,
You're-
yeah,
you're
no.
not excited.
Think of it this way. I said, I'm gonna burn everything, leave. I started at the ship, so I started lighting everything on fire on the ship. And then as I'm exiting the town, I'm going to light
As
everything
you
on
get
fire.
trapped by the fire, she said.
You know,
She runs up the
Surprise,
window.
I'm the
You
new
laugh
villain.
You realize all disease is gone from you.
I'm just saying, we don't wanna repeat it with the Kraken incident, except instead of nice soft water falling, it's hard ground.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, it feels like we've got Brady in the party again.
Fire!
Yes,
And
it
it's
is.
for safety purposes.
See, Brady would just set fire to the ship while we were all standing on it and then say it's to clear the disease when he actually just wanted to set some things on fire.
I am a helpful pyromaniac, thank you.
See, she warned us first.
I
Brady,
did.
Brady would never warn us before he set
I
things on fire.
gave ample warning to the burning of the town.
And then I did try to talk him out of it. I was like, "But you're setting fire in the middle of town? Yeah,
Yep.
but." Yeah, and then I. What? What do you mean? There's people in that building? Yes, it's a town.
It was like, I set fire to that building. What? I thought that perfectly normal building that was kept up with cleaning was empty. I thought it was just a shack.
Yeah, he never investigated to see if it was empty or anything.
Oh,
He
that's
set,
so funny.
And
He
just
just-
really set things
And
on
the
fire.
funny thing is,
set fire to a random house.
like there are a few buildings over, there was an actual shack that looks like a shack, but he had to burn fire to the obviously lived in home.
Okay,
Did we talk to Maisie about what happened?
yeah, you can do that right here in a second. I'm setting up for the.
Can we just
next
pretend
one.
that conversation
Yes.
happened?
Okay, you,
We don't need to play it out.
We don't need
You
to.
broke Maisie's heart. There was much
Yes.
wailing and gnashing of teeth.
I told her I'd be her
And-
Auntie Estelle from now on.
We're her family now, and we love her. And moving on.
That she's our pet.
Now, Gary, did she sign all of the paperwork so that she can be an official member? Because we gotta have the health insurance.
Important right now.
She, as far as your disclaimer, not responsible for death, she wrote, so there's a little frowny face she put on it and said, "You're a dum poo-poo head." I'm not sure if that's gonna be legally binding or not, but you can, ask the lawyer to see if that'll hold up in court.
Right.
Well, good thing is, if she died, she has no family members to sue us.
Morbid takes.
That's a little sad, man.
I was making a joke. That was
I know.
All right, so. Welcome to the town of Alum. Right, this is this town that's gonna be having, or actually is having their celebration. It's kind of a week-long affair, and a lot of people come from, out of town, and they take, in sort of a, it's kind of like a state fair of things. They judge, people bring their pigs to be judged and win ribbons, and they're giant pumpkins and things like that. And so now as you approach the town, your first person that stops you is a beggar. Pardon me, kind folks. I've hate to bother you. Would you happen to have any any spare coin? My horse, and needs more feed to continue to the next town, you know, so I just need a little feed so I can get home.
I guess I'll give him a gold coin.
Oh, thank you, miss, thank you. Does any of you other
I mean, we have like 300 plus. of them.
fine folk possibly have any coin you could spare? It would sure help this old war veteran to,
It's either gonna be a Beauty and the Beast thing, or he's going to rob us blind.
Well, I'll give him some coin.
That's why I gave him a single gold coin.
We could always recommend that he stop and fill up on the bread before he leaves.
Yeah,
Oh
I make sure when he's not looking, I switch the place my purse is in, my wallet is in.
Okay.
I like to switch his pocket.
So I'll give him a gold piece.
It's like, thank you, miss, thank you. So you gave him money and
I next
you
to him
gave
money.
him money and, okay, so you three give him money. So he thanks you and goes on. So you guys continue on your way. And you come across what looks to be a well-dressed man, a town greeter, right? Welcome to the town of Alum. You're gonna have a great time at the festival. I assume that's why you folks are here.
Actually, we come bearing bad news. If you have a shipment of bread from the hobbits, then you should get rid of it immediately. That town was
The Hobbit.
taken by the plague.
Taken by the plague.
And the bread may be contaminated.
We just got the bread. I mean, several of us have eaten it. We don't seem to be sick. I think could you be mistaken? Is it the same Hobbit village?
So, yeah. the
We
one-
have-
Who's got the invoice? Somebody show me the invoice.
I put it to the stake, or to the torch, so yeah, pretty sure.
If you need a witness, we have the only survivor who didn't come sick, so. She can tell you all about how she lost her mom and dad.
So he gets sort of like around you guys and he's talking. And then he says, all right, well, I have some people I have to tell them. And so he starts going off in a hurry.
Before he goes away, while he's like talking to us, can I check him with the magic ring? To see if I see anything?
Joyce? What'd you get?
18.
You didn't see anything, right?
He might be okay.
So now I want, let's see, I want Bonnie, Anu, and Phoenix to make perception checks.
17.
17.
My bag's all tied up, so give me a second.
Let's try that again. Perception,
Yes.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
17.
Okay, after the guy is gone and he's run off, like he's gonna get somebody's help, you notice that your purses are gone.
And no, I switched the pocket of the purse.
Yes, but
I
See,
said when they weren't looking,
here's-
I did that.
here's how the scam works. The beggar comes and asks for money, so he can see like where you're putting your money in your pocket. Then
I said
another-
when they weren't looking.
when you weren't looking, but another guy is looking on from a distance. So when he wasn't looking, the other guy was, and that was his accomplice.
Except for my purse is
Yeah.
a tattoo that I just remove and place at will.
Okay, so yours is already gone.
Okay, I was like, They just ripped up a chunk
I
of their
was even
floor.
extra careful and you guys were just.
Yes, but it was a two-part thing where, so the guy was watching you. Type thing,
Well,
the other guy.
Trying to
was-
be super sneaky and everything.
I don't have any exotic purse. It was just a purse. So I think Bonnie's gonna need to go crack some skulls.
So Natty, I'll do a roll off with you, if you can do, so roll on
Should I
table with
roll
me.
like stealth since?
No, we're just doing straight to see if you beat my roll. What'd you get?
16.
I got a 20. Sorry. He did notice and got your purse. So, boys, welcome to Alum.
Don't give anybody any money.
I told you it was either gonna be a Beauty and the Beast moment or we were gonna be robbed blind.
Okay, so the poor guy did not rob you. He didn't, you were wrong. His accomplice did. Okay, so now. Obviously that guy did not run off to tell anyone that the bread was poisoned.
Where I find
Yeah,
mine
we
at?
should head into town and do that.
Well, he ran off. He's
What direction did?
somewhere in this direction. Unfortunately, yeah, he's gone. That's part of the thing. They're just gone.
They disappear, they go poof.
Yeah. Probably changed clothes.
All right, well. I guess we just head into town then.
All right. So you head into town. And now in town, you reach, the marketplace. And that's where everybody is selling all kinds of different there are wines, there's maple sugar candies, there's various different breads and baked goods. They smell incredible. Anybody want any baked goods?
I'm gonna look down to Maisie and I'm gonna say, Maisie, is you see that looks good that you might like?
Well, there are several baked goods that she seems to think that look that good. You'd like some?
I'll buy her some donuts.
Let's find the bread merchant that's selling the Hobbit bread.
Okay. Now you can ask around, and that's not much of a problem. There's I don't have a guide. Be him right there. So. So you get to the bread merchant. Where did the rest of you guys get? There you go.
Some of us are there.
Yeah, so. You guys.
So,
I would think fell off. Rough time. Oh, well.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I'll have to deal with that in a minute. Okay, so. Welcome. I have the finest baked goods baked by hobbits. And as you know, just smell hard.
Oh, I don't, it's fine. Oh, wait.
How much, did the invoice say how much he paid the hobbits for all that bread?
As far as that goes, well, he purchased all the bread and then distributed it to the inn and to the various different places. He spent 1,000 gold on various different baked goods for this week-long fair.
Oh,
He's
Can I-
definitely not gonna wanna give that up.
with my ring?
Yep.
Okay. Please roll well. 10? 10? So maybe,
It seems fine. The inspector, seems fine.
It's pretty good, man. They're right on.
Good stuff.
One thing really quick.
Okay.
I really wanna say that the bread might be okay because of the whole baking process too.
It's more the handling afterwards that was more
Yeah.
likely to contaminate it. Hey, Bonnie, you have some fancy tools. Any chance all this bread could go up in smoke and look like an accident?
Well, it depends on whether or not Bonnie has had a chance to restock. I don't know if I was allowed to go to a store between our last session and this one. Gary, can you make a ruling on that?
Between last session and this session,
Yeah.
what are you trying to restock on?
Well, I'd used up all my explosives. I had quite the collection of dynamite and stuff like that I've been using, but we haven't had a shopping session. So it all depends on whether or not Bonnie has had a chance to resupply her explosives.
I'll say again, to make it look like an accident.
Well, you wouldn't have time to resupply for explosives. And as far as making it look like an accident, you would have to tell me how you were going to do that. Because right now it's stored in several different places because a lot of people have bought the various different baked goods.
Let's see if there's anything that I can do. Everything requires attunement.
Now, so you don't have the money to buy all of them, plus you want to sell them anyways.
Actually, can any of you purify food and drink? That might fix that.
Maybe? Look, I really think I can, I'm looking.
Pause for effect.
Yeah, purify food and drink is a druid spell.
I think I can. You do have that.
It just depends on if I have access to that spell.
You do.
It's usually like first level.
Well, you're not, you're an innocent bystander.
I played you in the movie.
Yeah, so I have that spell.
That's probably the best bet, and we should maybe inform the mayor or somebody here to see if they can take care of the rest of the stock.
God, let's do that.
So you purify that, and the baked good person is a little bit like, wait a minute, you know how many people I've sold this to? Are you telling him he's poisoned, the particular guy, or you just doing it on the down low?
I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we? I would, based on the way the last guy reacted, maybe we should just kind of be sneaky about it.
Sneaky used to be my middle name.
Jeez, man.
I don't know, because people kind of have a right to know, but we also don't want to incite a panic. Yeah, DL, do it on the DL.
Okay,
So you,
so I only have 4 spell slots to do it before I have to take a rest.
okay. So anyways, he has a large stash right here, so you could get some of
Okay,
that. And you know the inn has an awful lot of it.
okay, we'll start with those 2. Which, it doesn't say for me to roll. Should I roll stealth to see if I can do it stealthily?
You could do like a stealth or performance, because you can, you can have somebody else help you, can distract him, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with stealth. Does someone wanna distract our friend? Talk to him? Why don't I make?
Yeah, Bonnie will make a distraction. She'll grab the guy and demand that he tell her who the scallywag is that ran off with her purse. Because he must know the guy. You must know him.
I rolled a 10.
You're-
Can I
You're
roll
not
it?
very
I know what's
sneaky.
happening. Can I do it with advantage? Because Bonnie's helping, like roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay, I'll allow that.
19. I like that one better.
So, yeah, the guys, get your hands off me, miss. I am a reputable businessman of baked goods. I know nothing of cut purses or whatever happened to you. Now, if you want to buy a Danish, then do so. But other than that, be gone, you red-haired harlot.
But Bonnie's eyes fill with tears and she says, I really want to buy one, but I can't. I'm broke.
I'll buy Bonnie one.
Well, that's too bad. They're delicious.
Just gonna shakily hand him some money and I'll buy her one. Stop screaming.
And so, you've done that. So, and then your next stop is,
The end.
The end. Yeah, that's where we set.
This,
yes.
Okay,
that's-
yes.
That's the end.
okay, just
That looks a lot like the
not
wood shop.
painted, so I needed to make sure that's where we were going.
Oh, rub it in my face. It's not painted still.
Yeah, gosh, why haven't you put somebody to work painting it?
Because I've claimed it for my own project.
Oh. Gosh, why
Just
just
imagine how beautiful it's gonna look.
Because I was cement and.
It looks perfect to me. It's made out of gray stone.
Hey, yeah,
Like I sent in like boxes of painted stuff today. How fast do you think I can paint?
it is future, so
All
you
right.
should, keep that in mind.
Who's going to talk to this gentleman?
Which gentleman?
Well, I
The
need someone to
innkeeper.
distract him so I can.
Oh, I just saw the woman figure, not the man figure, so I was like, gentleman, that's a woman. I was super confused.
The in-person, the
The
first
in person.
the in-person.
Yes, let's go talk to the in person.
We're gonna talk to the in person.
So who's doing it and rolling or whatever?
I'll talk to the in person. What are we asking? Oh, the baked goods. Yes.
No,
No.
we're distracting. the
Well, no, but
in-person.
we need to find out where the baked goods are at in
Okay.
the in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. So I'm gonna go up to the in person and be like, I heard you have your own little stock of delicious Hobbit baked goods in this inn. I would like to know where I may purchase them.
Oh. Turn on the lights. These lights in here are better for you. Wow, miss, I purchased them from a vendor just outside. In Merchant's Alley out there.
Oh, yes, yes.
He
I,
bought them in bulk. And then a few of us were lucky enough to get some of the finest Hobbit pastries money could buy. Could I perhaps tempt you with a crawler? Or a euro? Or a churro, sure. Sure,
if you want to give me money, heck yes.
you know,
Could we see your selection before
Yeah,
we make
I'm
a
like, can I
decision?
see what all you have before I?
he pulls out like, he has a tray. Here is a various assortment right here. This one is called a cannoli. It'll blow your mind.
Well, I don't think you understand what I meant. I was raised by hobbits.
Perhaps you would like some flan.
I
Flan.
I want to choose myself though. I want to be able to see all of it and decide that way. And I'm willing to pay a little more. Can I roll persuasion?
Sure.
Okay. 20.
Nat or dirty?
Nah.
Well,
Well, plus 3, so 23. But
why, young miss, I suppose I could show you. And you can pick from the racks themselves, but they're all just as fresh. But I'll show you anyways. I'll let you be the discerning customer.
let there be light.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that.
Oh, you're good.
That's it.
Well,
So-
thank you so much. I have an eye for what might be best,
So
just
he-
by being raised.
He showed you these racks, and some of them are cooked, and some of them actually, to be fresh, are in the, where they need to be baked.
Oh,
type
okay.
thing. You know, there's some in like a proofing area, and there's some, you know, that are already been cooked and stuff like that, you know. And so, you know, there you go, miss.
All right, thank you so much. I'm
And
gonna
he
have
gets like a
look.
box, like one of those people, and they're gonna put like a dozen donuts in it type thing. You know, just point out which ones you want. He's got tongs, you know. Oh, hold on. Health, safety first. Let me clean my hands. All right, then he gets the tongs.
Okay, so I will, so it's like, so I'm gonna be like, oh, Estelle, please let me choose. So that you can, you know, do your sneaky stuff. And so I make sure that his eyes are very firmly on either me or, the pastries that he's actually putting in the box. So I start to pick out a couple. I'm
So
like,
you roll a performance check, and you're gonna see if you're distracting them.
if I'm alluring enough.
Oh, that's what you're doing? You're gonna try to come on to him?
Oh, no. Performance?
Yes,
Okay, 17.
17. You know,
I rolled a 15 for myself.
and 15 for yourself. Okay, that's enough. You can manage to cast you know, purify on it, you know, and all that. And then you get in all kinds of a assortment of various different things. There's these ones that's got maple and bacon on them, right?
Hobbits know how to do it.
And he's like, you wouldn't think it would go together, but it does. It is absolutely amazing. It blew my mind. You know? And then, so you got, yeah, you all, I mean, like noli, you got the bacon thing, you got some caramel flan, you got all kinds of, you got assortment, all kinds of little things with strawberries on the top of them, you know,
Some have jam in the middle.
some have jam, you eat them, and they squirt the guy next to you in the eye. No matter how you try, you're gonna be really careful and there's no one around you. As soon as you bite, there's a guy there and you hit him in the eye. It's like it's magic. you
Well,
know?
we live
I
in a
definitely
world
want the
with
mirror
magic,
too.
so might as well be.
And so there's a lot of it. Sorry. So I'm sorry. How to get you? You're like 15 feet. I'm sorry.
And then I'm gonna ask,
That's
do you
how it
happen
goes.
to know who else might have bought these delicious baked goods? I'm kind of on a hunt to find the best of the best. I really miss my family.
Well, like I said, there was a vendor, there was myself, the mayor of the town bought his own personal stash. That selfish bastard, nobody likes him. He inherited the money, he didn't work for it. And he
I
doesn't
say
know
we
how to,
just let him have it.
he doesn't know how to rule this town anyways. He tells us we don't listen to him.
You know, if the mayor worked harder, maybe less people would be robbed.
Oh, and the wizards too. Yeah, you can tell they like the pastries, those portly little magic users.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the mayor? You said you don't like him, why?
Well, he makes taxes kind of high. He doesn't really seem to understand how anything works. We have to fix our own roads. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know how to run anything. He comes up with suggestions, obviously doesn't know how anything works. You know, so we kind of we gathered together ourselves, made our own consortium type thing, and we just the business owner stuff, we just fix things as we need. We you know, make sure to pay our taxes, if you know what I mean. We just take some money aside and we make sure things get fixed. And he just lives there and thinks he runs the place.
Gotcha, one of those, what's his name?
His name is. Oh. I don't know.
So it's the puppet mayor. Got it.
His name is Regan.
Regan, all right.
And you said the wizards bought some too. What can you tell us about them, other than their fat? We said they were portly, you know.
Yeah. Well, wait, like I said, they seem nice enough. They're always practicing reading books and things. There's like strange flashes that goes on at night, and then occasionally there's a scream, and one of the younger ones is getting buried in the cemetery.
Cemetery, let's go there.
So you said that there's lots of screams and flashes and pops and anything. Has anything been weird been going on because of them, maybe
Ah,
lately?
no, they did make it rain frogs once.
That sounds awful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Now, it was okay at first. We collected some, we made frog soup and stuff like that. But then it rained frogs for a week and it wasn't funny anymore.
No, not funny anymore.
They started getting bigger and breaking windows like frog hailstones coming through the window, smacking you in the face at night.
that sounds
Mhm.
horrendous.
Yeah, let's hope they don't do that again anytime soon. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. So, you obviously are newcomers to this town. I suppose you'd be maybe needing rooms for the night,
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
you know? All right. I have the top floor left. I could rent you. Now, how many people do you have?
A lot.
Don't math for me.
Five adults, 2 children.
2 children. Oh, yeah, 2 children.
Well,
I forget that Phoenix is technically.
how many nights are you staying?
Enough?
We're not really sure right now.
All right, how about you give me 30 gold? And that'll get you, will definitely get you, the night. There's a continental breakfast in the morning. We got the cleanest beds, no bed bugs, guaranteed. When you find a bed bug, we give you a gold back.
For every bed bug? All right.
Is it 30 for all of us or 30 per person?
No, 30 for the floor. I run a
Okay.
fair establishment.
I can do that.
All right, so yeah. Okay, so
Well, Bonnie's gonna hang her head low and kind of look behind the building, see if there's like a bush that she can sleep in because she can't afford a room.
Oh, Bonnie, I got you. I got you.
Cell covered us, everyone.
And in the future, Bonnie, remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
no, you guys helped me, and it's helped you. It's
This time it just bit some of us in the butt.
yeah,
It's one or the other.
it's not an always thing.
You know what I
Um,
specifically on my way to stop it from happening?
So now what are you guys are doing?
I want to go talk.
I'm gonna go to the graveyard.
Okay, well, I want to talk to the fat magicians and Pokemon Belly
Okay. Well,
with Arbor. No, he wouldn't like that.
Arbo would not like
Arbor
that.
would not like that whatsoever.
Do you want him to revolt?
No,
okay.
maybe. I mean, it might be entertaining.
So
I'll go with the group going to the Wizards.
okay. We'll go to the. And you're going and.
So far, Estelle and Quinn are going to the wizards and I'm going to the graveyard.
I lost the spell. Where'd she go? Oh,
You
she's
lost
here.
Estelle? That's rude.
I'm taking Maisie with me.
Oh, if you're taking Maisie with you, then you need to be the custodian of Maisie's dagger.
Okay,
So I'm gonna hand that to you.
okay. I don't really want her to go to a graveyard right now.
No, that's fine.
I might bring up some feelings,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
One of us needs to have Maisie's
I'll-
dagger at all times.
I'll go
Got it.
to the wizards as well.
Okay.
Bonnie, what are you doing?
Bonnie and.
I'm changing a diaper right now, so pass.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to the tower too.
Okay, and in Bonnie's,
Bonnie's in the graveyard and Bonnie's changing a diaper, now that's rough.
she's usually in the ladies' room. She's going behind this building. Okay, so you're at the door. You're at the door, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm
Yeah.
like, you gotta knock. Who is it?
So, so, you know, a wizard answers the door. What is it? Did you come for potions, scrolls?
I came to see your friend.
Oh, there you are. My sight's not so good. One of the new recruits, he put too much worm's wood in it, and my eyes are still recovering from it.
Oh, that sounds awful. I'll step a little bit closer. We're here
What?
we're here because we heard you have yummy
There's no
bread.
reason to yell. I'm not deaf. Don't be rude.
We're here because we heard you have yummy bread, and we have reason to believe that it might need to be purified.
Why would you have to purify my head?
Bread. B-R-E-A-D. Bread.
Oh, we don't need any bread. We have plenty. We bought some from those little people with the hairs on their feet.
Right, yeah, those little people, they, just purify your bread. Can you do that for me? You know magic, you can do that, right?
I could why would I have to purify the bread?
Because it's contaminated.
Because I said so. I was taught the plague.
Because you said, do you
I didn't
do
contaminate
you
it.
have authority to be telling me?
Yes, from that. Why, yes, for a matter of fact, I do. Did you come with us, Molly, or did you go to? the
Yeah,
graveyard?
I'm with you at the tower.
Can we use your papers? Can you use your papers?
Here's the authority from the food, health, safety.
Health Food Safety Department of,
Safety Department.
You know,
the
it's like
name of this city. I already forgot. Alum.
Alan,
alum.
oh, Alan.
I was like, well, okay then. Guess can't trust those little hobbits. You know.
Good
seem
call on
always-
the papers
always-
there.
Always running around under your feet, tripping.
You won't have to worry about that. They're all dead.
Oh.
You know, they're, my God, what did you do to them?
I torched them.
You know, torch the hobbits?
No,
You
no,
were
they
just
came,
complaining about them.
no, the hobbits.
I didn't think you were gonna kill them.
We
Murder.
Kill them and
No, the
someone
hobbits-
else.
The hobbits came down with the plague.
No.
That's why you gotta purify your bread.
Yeah, cause it has the plague.
It might.
Might.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. May the Creator's light shine upon you and no frog rain.
Yeah, we heard about that. Hey, before you go,
That wasn't me.
we had some.
That was Timmy. It wasn't Timmy's fault though. We should have kicked him out a week ago. I'm too soft-hearted.
Before you go, sir.
Well, I'm sort of already started to go. Who's speaking? Oh,
Yeah, I don't even remember my question. I was just gonna ask as a fellow magic user if there are any interesting magical artifacts or places or things in town I should know about. We're new here.
oh. I have all kinds of interesting magical artifacts. They're very nice, thank you.
Could I maybe see that? I'm a fellow magic user. I don't want to take them or anything like that. I just want to see them. I'm a novice and I just want to learn. I'm gonna roll a persuasion check again. 10. Wait, hold on. 13.
You're intense tonight.
Let me think about it. Think.
Come back! We have authority! Guys, I'm sorry. I was trying to get us information in.
So, all right, and so now you're going to the graveyard, right? So there you are, and there's a gentleman in the graveyard.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Let's talk to him.
He's digging a body. Or digging a
Digging-
grave. Digging a grave.
Oh, I was like,
He's really digging his body. I'm like, oh man, look at this.
it's a nice
They
body.
don't make it like this anymore.
Yep.
Okay, so first I'm just gonna,
Goes up to him and goes,
hi.
it's good to your hiccups. Yeah, I was trying to help.
Oh, got it. Thank you. You're very kind.
I was trying to help you, miss.
So, I'm just gonna ask him, what his name is. Why he, like, if he's the caretaker of the graveyard or the undertaker. You know,
My name is Poe.
hello, Poe. I'm a new.
You're new at what?
This town is full of characters.
Really is.
A lot of things. That's not
I'm just
important.
kidding. I heard your name.
Oh, good.
Little joke.
I lost my.
That's what the item is. Silly DM makes us forget all of our questions.
Dumb and pretty. I like them like that.
Oh, good, because that's 100% me. Is that a church behind you or a mausoleum?
Oh, that's a church. It's stained glass windows and all. Kind of big for a mausoleum.
You never know.
The doors are open and you get the sound of the church bells and all.
Yeah, church bells.
There is in game.
Oh, okay, I was like, yeah, church bells.
Well, you're deaf. You wouldn't know.
Hearing aids in.
So, anyways, go on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask him, if there's anything that strange that happens in the graveyard, if there's anything strange been happening lately that wasn't caused by the wizards.
Well, not caused by the wizards. Oh man, those SOBs caused most of the problems we had actually. Let's see. Yeah, I would say no. There is Jack. Oh, Jack's been acting kind of
Jack?
peculiarly.
Like from the teaser?
Yes, Jack from the teaser. No, he doesn't say that, but you know, it's like,
What?
I don't know what you mean by teaser, young girl.
Wait, I thought I was alone.
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay, I was like, wait a
I'm
second.
taking a comment, I'm saying something.
You're fine.
All right, so
So what's been going on with Jack? How's he been unusual?
he's just normally this gloomy guy. He's just been smiling and happy and, you know, it was kind of nice at first, but I mean, it's been kind of giving us the creeps a little bit.
Okay. Where might I find Jack?
Oh. Well, he's probably sleeping it off in the tavern, I imagine.
Okay.
He doesn't permanently live here. He stays here from business from time to time. He's come for the fair.
What's with all these emergencies and happening during town fairs? Think about how many times have we come come to a town to retrieve one of these magic artifacts, and it's in the middle of a town fair.
No, if she's noticed the detail.
Where would a cursed object do the most damage?
Where there's the most people.
Yeah.
Like the Boston Marathon bombers, wait until the big crowd gathered for a bunch of marathon runners. And then place the bomb. So a lot of times when terrorists are going to do things, they wait for New Year's Eve, Times Square, yada yada yada. They wait for people to be gathering for sort of fair celebration to cause the most panic and
Yeah,
chaos.
yeah, no, it's totally true.
So it was actually done on purpose, and she just noticed it.
Good job, Matt.
Good bad.
And so yes,
call
he's
him
at the end.
Okay, is it okay if I look around the graveyard and in the church and stuff?
Well, the church isn't mine, miss. You'd have to talk to the priest. You can look around the graveyard if you want, but residents here aren't gonna be talkative, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure what you're gonna get from it.
That's all right.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh, and if there's someone buried here that you don't like, I ask that you don't pee on them. And people try to do that from time to time. You know, ex-husbands and things like that, but I have to keep these grounds clean. These,
Oh.
Now, there's a very good reason if you've got a bad ex that you might consider doing something like that.
Yeah.
Magical's happening.
Okay. But you look around and there's nothing really else to be learned from the graveyard or anything, nothing
Okay.
too terribly interesting.
Okay, okay, so then I guess I'll come back to the inn and try and find Jack to talk to him.
Is anybody else doing
Oh,
anything?
Are you gonna let us
Yes.
know?
Okay.
Yeah. for me.
Oh, yeah, so as I'm walking back from the graveyard, I'm gonna be like, hey, guys, the Undertaker told me about this oddly happy guy named Jack. He's at the inn. I'm gonna go and talk to him.
Mhm. Okay, so now, Natalie was gonna say something and then,
Sorry.
Can I go from our room on the top floor and like use the window to go onto the roof to use as a vantage point?
yeah, we're gonna have to, excuse me, we're gonna have to say you're up there, because I don't think I can balance your fig.
Yeah, that happens with most of the places Phoenix goes.
It's totally balanced with big up there.
I might be able to, but
The chin,
we'll see.
you just stick it right there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Well,
definitely
but,
big enough to
uh,
do that. So you just kind of like.
And yeah,
see
Why
where-
don't you have a phoenix fig printed on a 45-degree angle, Gary?
I'll have to work on that. I apologize for my lack of foresight in printing.
You should.
Now, I had someone's fig and I.
My fig.
Where was your fig?
I don't know, somewhere up in front of the,
Maybe you got put in.
No, I got distracted with the in.
Right there?
No, did I put the in on top here? No.
no? Still in the graveyard?
Oh, you're right here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So the person you're
Finding
finding Jack,
Jack. being close.
anybody else going with her?
Yeah, I'll be there too.
Yeah,
I'll go with her.
Okay, the whole
My
crew.
friends.
Now Phoenix is on the roof. And everybody else is going?
Yeah. Phoenix will be our lookout.
Yeah, I'll be looking out for things.
And
Is it a cactus in your hand still? On your fig?
it's totally a plant, yeah.
I love that.
okay. And Maisie jumps up on the table to see what's going on.
I approve.
Okay, so let's see if I can better vantage point for everybody. Okay, so as far as this is Jack right here, and the waitress is giving him food.
This is Jack.
That's Jack. Okay, so everybody say or do whatever you're gonna do.
So I'm gonna go up to him and be like, excuse me, are you Jack?
And he goes, he's eating and playing a game of cards. He's like, yeah, who's asking?
Well, I am. I hear you've had some pretty extraordinary luck lately, you know, that you're happy all the time instead of being sad and depressed.
And he's once again, he's playing cards. He's he's like he has his hand of cards, and he's like, yeah, who wouldn't be? And he takes a drink from his glass. It's we have a festival going on, we have good food, drink, I have a run of good luck, and
Oh, no.
Oh, we're gonna stealthily cast detect magically while they're having this conversation to see if
He's
there's any-
buffering.
He's buffering, hold on.
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Jack is buffering.
Okay.
all of a sudden you see him, he starts to smile. I mean, really, like he busts his drink, and he goes and just rips a smile onto his face. And the startled waitress, he grabs her and he stabs her up through the throat like this and just starts cutting a smile onto her face.
Oh, that's not good.
And Maisie screams.
I guess we found out who gave Joker his scars.
Yeah.
I gotta grab Maisie.
Yeah,
You know?
so I have this really cool, awesome new spell for called Web. That it's basically I can use it as a trapping net. So I'm going to cast Web on him and just kind of
Well, that would be
bind
if
him.
you can beat him on initiative.
No!
Am I at least able to grab Maisie first?
Well, on initiative, right? So now
Don't forget, you can use your rerolls for initiative rolls, buddy.
I don't have any rerolls and I rolled a 5. Wait, no, I have a.
If
a
you have
thing.
5 plot points, it buys a reroll token.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
5 plot points.
I got-
I'm gonna reroll.
You said you got a 17?
No, you didn't hear that.
so I guess
16.
so I got 17.
16.
I got a 17. And then you
Well, I got a 16.
okay, and so you got a 16.
21!
Okay, and you are new. You got 21. Phoenix?
Dirty 20? Is
A dirty
Wait,
20.
that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quentin.
So, does she?
I'm on 22.
No, sorry, I was just like, does
Oh,
Natalie?
what'd you say?
Would Natalie
22.
22.
since she's on the roof?
Okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, she can. Her initiative would still be like if she heard her motion, then to run down. When can she start running?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus
So
I can hear you over the comms in half.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I was like,
okay.
Yeah, you're since you're a mechanic, you
Well,
should make
I'm
an
losing,
extra
I'm
comm
losing
for your
track.
buddy.
I'm trying to get.
Probably don't even
initiative
have to use
keep this
magic
going.
for it.
So
sorry.
5.
you're doing your 5. Okay, Bonnie, what do you got?
I got a 4.
Go. 4.
Oh,
Lots of hair. It's really getting to her.
Okay.
Sleep
Lots
on the
of
job.
hair.
Yeah.
She's still distraught.
Now we're in action. So let's stop the sidebars for now. Okay, so now, this. I'll get rid of the
You can
rugs.
set it on the table.
Well, I try to do it so each person sees their own vantage point.
That's fair.
So,
Dex is in the way. I'm gonna move him.
so this is what you see Quentin.
And he's already cut the waitress? So is she on the ground or?
Hold
Hold
on.
on, I'm gonna have to turn up your volume and turn down the volume of the music.
Yeah, the background's just a tiny bit loud.
1 second. Oh, that's not right. Okay, Brian, what were you saying?
So he's already cut the waitress. Is she on the ground or?
She's dead.
Yeah, so yeah, she's dead. And he's turned and looks at a new type thing with a grin cut in his face, and he's like,
Creepy.
You're missing all the.
My first instinct is to shoot him, but we probably need him alive, so we're pretty close, and this is a close
I say shoot.
quarters. I'm gonna dive and tackle him.
okay, so you're going to run at him. I'm going to move a new out of the way. Okay, so go ahead.
Steve's gonna help me grapple him, wrap himself around this guy too, try and get his hands, and kind of, basically the goal is to get him on the floor and have his arms pinned.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, huh? Let's see. Plus 4. 22. You don't manage it. Roll me a d6 for your symbiote.
4.
4. So what was the total of that?
Oh, to add to my hit roll?
Right. Okay.
That will put me at 24.
Okay. So you managed to so now you've grappled him, but you would have to make another check if you're actually trying to subdue him. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. So is that a opposed strength or?
You can do an athletics.
Okay, I like that better.
Okay, in that case, just do a strength. I was
My athletics was a 19.
okay. You are not able to subdue him. You have your hands on him, but you can't prevent him from taking his next action. So unless you're doing something else, I'm moving on to a new.
Yep, I'm just gonna fight him as best I can to try and hamper him as much as I can. If I can give him some negative modifiers at least, then that's good enough for me.
Music, I don't really, it's like very nails on the chalkboard-esque, and I don't really like it. It's bugging me.
Okay, it's supposed to be the creepy sound of
Thanks.
the actual. Okay, rather than the creepy fight sound, we have the calm, peaceful sound of the inn as if nothing's happening. Lost my train of thought. Okay,
New.
It's my turn.
yes.
Okay, So I'm going to, so I'm going to move Quentin out of the way and cast web. It's basically, what it sounds like. It's a sticky,
Don't worry about moving me, just web the whole area.
okay, so then it's going to it's a 20-foot cube radius thing, so I'm just going to cast in this general direction.
Hmm.
And so everything in this area right here is now in a web.
Well, isn't there a saving throw?
There is. They have to do a strength check. Otherwise, well,
I got an 18 for strength.
okay, so you have to wait for your turn to actually check whether or not you're in that. So for right now, he is stuck. Yeah.
Okay.
So for right now, he is stuck, and then on his turn, he can do the strength check. So
That it, or because I'm trying to get the pace moving.
oh, no, well, yeah, I guess I can do it. The next part on the, yes, I'm done.
Phoenix.
Well, I'm going to climb back in the window over here and
Mhm.
start going over to the fight scene.
You might want to use this window because this one's covered in webs. This whole square.
Like,
right here.
isn't this the floor above that?
That is the floor above that. So if she went in that window that you pointed to, there's no web because it's the window below
Yeah.
it.
So if you're so if you're going in
I
this,
said this one.
oh yeah, that's, oh, I understand.
Even this
okay.
one, it's
Yeah.
still a floor above.
Okay,
Got it.
I'm the DM.
Sorry.
I can
Like,
dictate
like you
things.
kind of,
She-
like you kind of slide
she's
down.
climbing-
grab
she's
the edge
climbing into the
and-
window.
and Tom.
She's not stuck because it's a different window, but it's still
I'm
gonna,
not going to windows down.
it's still gonna take you, you can't like get into this fight. There's too much movement to get there. You have to climb through a window, go across the floor, down the stairs and in there.
Okay, then I guess I'll stay up here to,
Oh, no, just this round, so you can.
Just this round,
You
yeah.
start making,
No,
so
okay,
you're,
then I'll
the
go.
next round,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so you can do, I'm just saying, that's all you're doing is moving this round.
but I'm gonna say I am shooting the guy when I get there.
Okay, so now the bad guy,
Just a clarification on web, it's a dexterity saving throw,
Nope,
is it?
it's strength.
Yeah.
Got it pulled up.
Okay. I'm looking at a different information then.
all right, well anyways. So, just make you guys happy, I'll re-roll. And I get a +4 to strength. And on this one, well, I'm pretty sure I don't make it. Does a 10 make it?
No.
Does
What does make it?
no, okay, so he doesn't make it, but let's see, when webbed,
12.
I'm trying to remember, like. 'Cause I don't think, he can't move and he can just call out. I don't think he has to break free before he can attack, if I remember right. So he's not gonna do anything, then Estelle.
Like, nope, he is.
Um,
Restrained.
I just wanna grab Maisie and get her out of there.
Well, after she screams type thing, you see her face harden into a little pout. And she pulls out this little pocket knife that's about 2 inches. And she's got the look goes from like scared and shocked to she's ready,
You got this, Maisie? You are okay?
you know, because she's
Okay, I'm gonna hand her her big sword.
Like, that's her.
you're
dad.
gonna hand her a big sword.
Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her, this is only if he comes at you, okay? Don't
This
swing
is-
it at anybody else, sweetheart.
This is your big girl sword.
yeah, your big girl
This is your big girl sword,
Use the
okay?
big girl sword responsibly.
Okay, Molly. Oh, are we doing anything else?
Well, I was gonna attempt to cast Charm Person on him to make our Jack think we're friendly to him. So he has to make a wisdom save of 15. And he makes it with advantage because we just attacked. but I think it's worth a shot. No, he's not gonna, it's not
Not
worth a
even
shot,
rolling,
okay,
that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay, I was just thinking maybe we could get him to talk to us.
But it was a nice try.
Okay.
Molly.
Sorry, I was just looking to see what I had in my pack.
So any sort of rope, manacles, something you use for that.
Yeah, I have rope, cause I have that, I have,
Blackjack, knock them out. I don't know.
yeah, so I'm gonna take my knife and tack it, but you know how it's connected to rope, so I need to shackle his, to do his hands. Yeah, well,
I mean, he's kind of just,
so how is he stuck in the web?
so it just kind of,
It just kind of shoots out in all directions.
yeah, so it's sticking to like the walls, the underside of the stairs, the ceiling,
The
pretty much,
table,
yeah, the table, like, so like pretty much this entire corner right here is just web. And think of it as a fly stuck in a web. It's just, he's literally just hanging there. Cause if it, the web kind of creates,
Yeah, she's got the idea.
Yeah.
It's stuck everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
I'm just
then
wondering how I
he's-
can time up more, if it's
Yeah.
already tied up.
oh yeah, no, because the web on the floor also creates kind of like a 5-foot pocket.
Okay,
So there's 5 feet of web. And then he's
in web, okay.
he's stuck.
Yes, but he can, eventually try. to
Eventually,
break
yes,
free.
we can attempt to break free, but,
To do some kind of cool maneuver with their knives, to wrap them around it.
Mhm.
I'm like, you can use your knives to wrap it around him in case he escapes my webs. There's, extra layers of protection is not a bad thing.
Okay, I'll do that. So,
I can just let you do it. That was
Okay.
gonna be the short version of it, because Brian's holding him, the symbiote's helping him, he's webbed.
okay,
So you can start tying him up. I just wanted you to, tell me, I'm tying up his hands, his feet. That's what I was.
Okay.
what are you
Oh,
looking for?
sorry.
I'm tying up his hands.
Okay. All right. So now to Bonnie.
Okay, so I have a first aid kit and I have the first aid skill. I'm going to go over to the waitress who has been reduced to 0 hit points, and I'm going to try to stabilize her condition so that she can be healed and not die.
I thought she was.
I thought she was dead.
I did too, I love that you're doing that, Bonnie.
Okay, that's
Well, even
He's
someone
only
who
mostly dead.
even someone who just had their throat cut is not immediately dead. It's only been 6 seconds.
that's fair.
That's fair, yeah.
A round is 6 seconds. Okay, so. Okay, so what were you doing to try to stabilize her?
But I'm gonna use my first aid kit and my first aid skill.
Well, and what did you get for a roll?
Hang on, let me roll. I get a +2, so that's 18.
18. Okay, I'll let you know what happens in a bit. Are you doing anything else?
Nope, that's it.
You couldn't do much else anyways, but you could shout something to somebody or,
Okay, I shout, ah!
Okay, so Bonnie goes, ah,
Oh.
kind of like that.
Making a clink clink sound.
Yeah, just like that. Okay, so it goes, top of the order to Quentin.
What are the rest of the card players doing? They look like they want to join in on this, or are they kind of freaked out too?
Well, they've been webbed.
You've been webbed
They
too.
look freaked out and immobilized, and one of them is frozen, pulling a card out of his sleeve. So he was webbed at a really bad time. His face is turning really red because the other guy sees it. And it looks like the other guy is trying to punch him, but he can't because it's webbed.
I love it.
You are also webbed, just so you know, so you might want to
And-
try and extricate yourself from that.
And you're webbed too, but yeah, I mean, you could still hold your grip on this guy type thing, because he's gonna try to break free of all of that on his turn.
Yeah, if he's not completely immobilized and tied up yet, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm basically gonna stay there and just continue grappling with him and fighting with him to keep him immobilized.
Now, you guys did do a good job on that, but there's always a chance I could roll a 20.
Yeah.
Because roll a 20, I break free and start attacking.
Well, knowing how many 20s you get with that.
Well, I could punch him in the face and knock him out.
Are
You-
you sure that
So
guy?
you could try
I
to
think
do
that's
that.
a good idea.
See, what I find really helps, you go on the other side of the 20 to 1 and you put like a little bit of a lead weight. It really helps. Sorry, go on. So are you gonna try, are you gonna try to, well, I don't know if you're webbed. I don't know if you can fully punch him. You could try a headbutt.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm a dwarf. I got a hard head.
Yeah. Or
So-
Irishman can pull it off.
Would that be using my strength bonus instead of dex?
Well, yeah.
All right, so that puts me at a dirty 20 for my attack roll
Nice.
for my headbutt.
You hit, and let's do a the D6 plus your strength bonus.
So that's 6 points.
Nice.
So
And the goal is to knock him out. I'm trying to incapacitate, so it's not
yes.
killing damage.
Yeah, you're doing a called shot type thing. Let's see, how am I gonna do that?
Take a good shot and let it go.
Well. Let's see, you stunned him, but he's not unconscious. And he just smiles at you, even, you didn't think he could smile even more, but it's like the muscles of his face are practically ripping, smiling. Plus he's already got the cut smile in there too. So he's literally smiling ear to ear.
Can Steve wrap around his neck and try and put him in the sleeper?
Yes, you could try that. Roll me an attack roll for him based upon your dex.
On my dex? Okay. That would be a 16.
Okay, that's plenty good enough. So he can try to start choking him out. But I'm gonna move on from there and I'll tell you what happens in a minute. Anu.
So there's no chance of talking to this guy, is there?
We're gonna try.
Yeah, you haven't tried. See, remember as a DM, I like you to say, I'm doing this, and I say, oh, no, it fails.
Well, I just,
Or-
cause she was trying,
I was trying to charm him though, that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really do like to tell us
Got
our
it,
moves
okay.
fail.
no, I was confused. I thought that Estelle had already tried to talk to him, but she was trying to charm him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just talk to him and be like, why are you doing this? What's wrong with you?
What the heck, bro?
Yeah. WTF, bro?
So,
Just like Quentin over.
see a little bit.
I don't know. This guy doesn't look like he's joking.
I like how it's a pirate thing.
Yeah, so, are you saying anything in particular?
Yeah, like, why are you doing this? What made you that, no, actually, let's do, why are you acting this way?
He's staring like locked eyes with you, like even during the headbutt and everything else. He's locking eyes with you. and he doesn't say anything, are you doing anything else?
There's not much I can do without dealing actual damage to him.
Hmm,
And
Okay.
I think we want him alive, so I will refrain from actual damage making.
So, I'll say Phoenix, you're able to eventually, Phoenix runs down the stairs,
What did I miss?
you know.
Uh,
I'm just gonna do that back. So put your fig right, because she needs to see what's in the way, what line of sight is blocking.
Got it.
So you see that everyone seems to be engaged with this one guy, type thing. So Phoenix comes down and shoots him in the face.
Headshot.
well, since it seems people want him alive so much, I'm just going to shoot off all his limbs.
You're gonna shoot his limbs.
Yes.
Okay, well, roll for damage. Well, first roll to see if you hit, but it's unless you like roll really horribly, you're probably won't miss.
Don't roll in that one.
Yes.
I rolled a 23, so not in that one.
All right, I was gonna hit a new too. All right. Okay, so what do you get for damage?
Let me find where did my D10?
There are dice all the way even back there, Natalie.
Okay, I know.
It's an 8. Is that your turn?
No, that's another 8.
There's one other
There's
devil.
my 10. Twelve damage.
Okay.
Do I manage to blow off his limbs?
Well, you greatly damaged, a limb with that shot. Yes.
I'll go for the arm
I
he
don't know
was
if a
using.
complete sever.
I'll go for the arm he was using to slice everyone.
Mhm.
That way he can't slice more people's throats. There you
Okay,
Technically.
And like, even if it's not blown off, I'm sure it's disconnected enough to not be usable.
okay. Then we're gonna.
I mean,
go-
it's like nozzle to arm
I'm
here.
gonna go to the bad guy, and now I've misplaced my D20 in all this.
Oh no, you're lucky, D20.
I can give you one.
The one that's.
Whatever will we do without
Where's
it?
my murder 20.
Murder 20.
Oh no,
Alright,
it's
dirty.
loaded D20.
Is that a one?
No. Oh, look at it. No, yeah,
it
so
was a one.
I get a 1. I did get a 1.
You're looking.
So he headbutts me back and knocks himself out.
Gary's here looking at like,
No.
I need to add
Okay,
heavier
just
weight
distracted.
in.
So anyways, so the symbiote at this point, because it takes a few seconds, so the symbiote's wrapped around his neck and started squeezing, but you imagine the whole entire round's like 6 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and it takes a few seconds for someone to pass out, even if you just choke somebody, they're not out like that.
Yeah.
Right. So he starts to go out. And before he does, he just says one thing. He goes, "I'll see you soon."
No.
And then you see him.
Creepy person.
That was really creepy, Gary.
We go beat up our scammers now.
Estelle?
How is the waitress doing? With Bonnie?
Okay. Not so good.
Not so-
Yes. You're trying to stabilize her, but you're losing her.
Okay, I'm gonna use the ring, I've used this ring a lot. To see if if I can see better what's going on inside. Maybe detect what I can do to help her, is that not really?
She's got her her vocal cords are pierced,
Mhm.
and then her, both arteries in her throat are slit, so she needs massive healing. So Bonnie's managed to slow the blood loss. The only reason why she's not dead is because in the first 6 seconds, she's clamping the blood loss.
Mhm.
And so this is like the second 6, it's been 12 seconds.
Okay, well, I will. Go ahead and I'm gonna cast healing word to kind of help heal that wound along. I'm casting it at 3rd level. So that's 3d4 plus. So I can heal her for 9 points of damage.
Mhm.
And that's my bonus action, so I can also cast. Cure wounds as an action. That's 2d8. Yeah, that's this one. That's one. And that will heal her for 14 extra. That do anything for her?
The arterial spray that was coming from her, right? So I mean, so everybody in the vicinity got some of her on you, because like she was
Beautiful.
spraying out.
Exciting.
It's on the ceiling, it's on the walls,
It's in the
Um,
web.
yeah, it's in the web, you know, it's on your shoes.
Those people
know.
stuck in there look very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well,
This Bonnie's hair.
they, well,
Bonnie doesn't
luckily
have hair.
No, don't give them ideas about putting stuff in her hair.
Yeah,
You don't have
well, her
hair.
hair is red anyway, so nobody notices, you know. So it looks like she's fine. But so the healing closes up that,
Good,
and then you see she takes a breath.
good.
Nice. Woohoo!
Look like you managed to save her only because, like I said, you did it like on initiative, like those were your actions. If you had resolved the fight, then tried to get to her, she would have easily just been dead, because you bleed out like
And like,
that.
it only takes a few.
Yes, but since we're only talking about a couple of seconds, that's how quick all this, you know, sort of happens.
Well, yay, okay.
Okay, so now, you got some guy really trying to punch one guy, right? And another guy's desperately trying to stuff the card back in.
Nothing happened, nothing happened.
You know, I suggest we just free them from the web and just let it happen.
I can dispel the web
I
at
mean-
any time. It lasts for an hour, but I
I
can.
mean,
dispel
that
it
guy
at any
really
time.
had it coming, shooting at cards like that.
So you, are you dispelling the web and finish tying up the guy and whatnot?
We can do that. I can dispel web. Since he's knocked out, I can dispel the web and we can hog tie him.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so I dispel web.
Okay.
And then Garrett's like, oh, and he springs back up and attacks you.
So there's, oh, that's the wrong one. It's happy music.
See, told you,
Yeah.
an attack, more bad things happen.
There's nothing wrong with happy music, man.
So, you managed to get this guy tied up and he's still smiling.
Can I search the body for any trinket or?
Yeah, for this item.
Can I, as she's doing that, can I use detect magic to see if any of them are magical? Might give us creepy vibe.
He just has normal, items on him, you know what I mean? He's got like, yeah.
Can I take a paper bag and put it over his face so he stops seeing that creepy smile?
Thank you.
You can, and I'm gonna tell you what happens in a minute. So, and as far as that goes, he's got about 30 gold on him. He's got a wedding ring. You know, he's got, you know, decent boots and clothes and stuff like that.
He's buying the room for tonight.
Oh, it's so nice.
Anyways, so yeah. So
Great.
well, so anyway, so he doesn't seem to have a whole lot on him, right? But then you notice as the bag's on his face covering it, you see blood soak through the bag, making a red smile.
But it's like,
Ew.
I don't know, that might be worse. None of the items are magical.
No.
No.
None of the items are magical.
Guys, I really think we should just let Maisie just like poke him with her little big girl sword, just one time. I think it'd really help her ego and
yeah,
it would entertain me.
you know, we tried to-
I love how within like a 45-minute period, you went from, within like a 45-minute period, you went from, oh no, we can't let her have a sword, to here, go ahead, poke the guy.
Well, for the record, he kind of poked her.
You gotta
us
show him
first.
on the camera.
Turn around. There you go.
This camera, because not everybody can see. That's what the bag looks like, soaking through the bag.
Oh my gosh.
Can,
Yeah, thanks for moving that camera, because all I could see was Anu's butt for like the last 20 minutes.
Hey, it's a good butt.
It is a good butt.
It is a good butt. I painted it.
So if you have a computer, like Brian can actually click on it and choose to have the main view be either overhead view or see the entire person. But unfortunately, since you're like on a phone, you can only see the main camera.
POV camera.
Yeah, you can't switch back and forth like someone downloaded.
Yeah. I've got the POV on my left screen, and on the right screen I switch back and forth from the table to the overhead.
Yeah.
And so there is advantage to actually I know you can't, Aaron, because you have to walk around or whatever, but if you install the software on a computer, there's actually settings because you can make you sound better. Your video quality will be better. There's a bunch of different things because it's set to like do the bare minimum, but you can up them and improve all that. And then there's all kinds of choices where you can switch things like this.
I think
See, and I'm just like in Zoolander where they're like, the files are in the computer?
So, yeah, so I'll have to, somebody will have to remind me so I can basically do that for Aaron, type thing. Because otherwise I could just turn around Brian and see the other way. But
I smashed the computer. Where are the files?
can
Yes.
I finish detaching all of his limbs?
No.
If we do, he'll
Molly,
bleed out.
Molly
and then we won't
stops
be able to-
Phoenix.
I mean, we can
See,
break it.
the thing is, I think this guy is a victim. I really do.
And he's also a direct connection to Plague.
Legs.
So is there, because we only have a few minutes left this session.
I'm like, it's almost 9 and I've got to get Natalie home.
Yeah, so is
I still vote.
there anything else anyone's doing last minute?
I vote that we let Maisie poke him.
Okay.
Just once. to
I
make
vote-
Maisie for
I
her
vote
ego and
too.
Her sadness. was happening.
Maisie
No.
can poke the smiley guy.
Once she pokes
Maybe
I,
she-
I,
Frowny face.
I vote against poking. I like her innocence. She's pre-poke.
I mean, this is when Phoenix started training too.
Hello.
I did ask us if we were murder hobos. I don't know. What do you
We
guys
don't need to
think?
turn her into a murder hobo, guys.
Okay, fine.
While you guys are debating, she goes up with her
You didn't do
Her
it
sword.
anyway. That was my thought process.
her sword type thing, and right in the stomach.
Oh, no.
You know,
Good
thing.
job.
So I'm going to run and be like, that's enough big girl sword for today. And I'm going to take that and put it back in my belt.
And she pulls out her little pocket knife. You have to double tap and.
See, I knew she was gonna do it at some point. It's-
You have to double tap.
Stupid creepy smiley guy.
I think carving a frowny face is actually a good idea.
She can't, well, I guess he's on the floor hogtied, so I guess never mind. She could reach his face.
Oh, Maisie.
You could just hang him upside down, then it'll be a frown.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is-
I guess you could. I guess
We
you
don't
could.
need to bloodlet him.
All right.
Oh my god.
We're supposed to be saving these people, guys.
I don't know, this one's got some issues, man.
Yeah, but he's creepy. I don't like creepy things.
The mushroom zombies were creepy too.
Not as creepy
Okay,
as
we
this-
tried real hard with him.
Well, this our session for this time, and then you'll have to come next game to find out, you know, what is the secret, you know, of this particular object? What is, you know,
Where is it?
causing these things to happen? What is it? Where is it? You know, why did this guy
Why is it?
develop this sick smile and start attacking? You ask around, and this guy was just a guy who came into town, never hurt anyone, never had any problems, you know, sort of kept to himself a bit, but,
I like the music.
and there you are. Did everybody have fun?
Yeah.
I
I
really
mean-
think I have an inkling as to what it might be, but I'm not saying it in front of you. I'll send it on the group chat.
Okay.
I mean, when you stole my money, that kind of pissed me off, but other than that, I had fun.
Well, stuff happens. It's,
Even after I specifically made a move to avoid that specific scam.
yes, but it was a double two-person scam, and I rolled well. So
Yeah, you need to get a different dice. One that's,
Sometimes, that's just.
one that's not loaded.
That's why I tattoo everything onto my person so that it physically cannot come off. Except for the mushrooms. The mushrooms can come off. That's the only thing.
hmm.
You could have stolen the mushrooms. But you didn't think of that then, so it's not happening.
Oh man, they're gone.
Nope, it's not
Thank you
happening.
for reminding me. That was thank you.
No,
I was kidding. I was kidding.
Those are my mushrooms and I will make invulnerable shields for all of us.
And they will be awesome.
And they will be awesome.
Maybe the shield will stop the DM from scamming.
We should definitely remind the innkeeper that we just saved his waitress's life, and maybe he'll give us some of our 30 gold back.
What?
What was that? Say it again, Brian.
So we should remind the innkeeper that we just saved his waitress's life, and maybe he'll comp us our rooms.
Yeah.
Or like,
We'll
More of that bread.
we'll see how that goes. Next time you can ask him that.
Not gonna lie, the fact that we were able to save the waitress makes me really happy.
It did me too.
Awesome.
I totally thought, so these were mushrooms just chilling right here in the
Yeah.
Hobbit village. I totally thought it was a halfling this whole time. And I stood up, I'm like, wait a second, that's not a person.
It's a mushroom. Wait, can you?
They have smiles.
Mushroom.
They were happy to eat
Yeah.
somebody.
no, I was planning on getting personal death stilettos in
But
town, and then all our money got
It's just a
stolen.
halfling, it's fine.
It's a cute little mushroom.
There's always opportunity to make it funny.
We are leveling up this time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So next game you're
10% high.
starting that
Yeah.
one higher.
Cool.
So
Got it.
you said to talk about the baby Hydra thing later. It's later.
Yeah, do we have baby Hydra eggs incubating at Dad's house?
You do have baby Hydra eggs. They are viable.
Can we turn them into our little pets?
That you're gonna have to try, like anything else, I'm gonna say.
We're gonna
I'll
have
tell
to
you the
believe-
results. They're alive and they will hatch. Now, will you be able to train them or will they eat your face? That.
That
Oh,
has to be
come on,
sure.
at least give me this.
All right.
Generally, things like that, when they first come out, they tend to imprint on the first thing they see. So the chances are good at least especially when they're younger. Now, sometimes when things get older, like if you ever try to like take care of like a baby raccoon, you can actually take care of a baby raccoon, but when they get older, then all of a sudden they start getting mean. You know, they're more likely to bite you and things like that. So you can take care of them when they're young. So when they're older, maybe something like that.
We're just gonna unleash a plague of hydras upon the world.
How
Maybe you have to start getting some animals.
how long does it take them to grow up?
I don't know, we're gonna have to study this out, we'll have
Well,
to,
it
we're
depends.
gonna raid the wizards.
See, if they grow up in like a harsh environment like the ghetto, then they tend to grow up older. And then if they have to take out care of their younger Hydra brothers and sisters, sometimes that, you know, makes them mature quicker too.
We'll be very close here.
I'm being, I would have to look it up. I'm sure the stats on it somewhere. I don't know how long they take to grow.
Well, I gotta get her home, so We will see you all later.
Yes.
All right, goodbye.
Wait,
What,
we're
what?
supposed to talk about painting with Erin.
Oh, yes, Aaron, are you still there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay,
I'm gonna run.
Does
I'll
that
see you guys
involve-
later.
It does, but just, I'm,
well,
Pretty-
we'll do the group text. You can
yeah,
go
I'm
on the
like,
top.
just group text,
Okay,
discuss,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
send a message what we've decided. and
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Don't forget the Tupperware.
how many figs do I have to print?
Let's see. I sent you a text. Let me see what I sent you.
If not, I got plenty of things that need to be painted.
Yeah, if he has a ton, then we need to pick,
I think he
like,
wants them all to be the same, so he can.
Well, because what I was I need 8 of the one that I sent you. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the same fig, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, so that you guys can see this. These are the steps, and then you get that fig, and then you'll follow along with me.
oh, cool,
Okay,
okay.
as far as 8 figs go, I can probably print them in a day. Cause they'll have to print them and then their bases or whatever. Yeah, and that would be like 2 goes, so it's probably something like 7 hours to do the figs, cause depends upon what size, because I might be able to get 8 on the plate at once.
They're 32.
In which case, well, it depends, like, if their arms are sticking out, like how many I can fit on a build plate.
Okay.
Not so much the height, so it's probably 7 hours to print them, and then I'll probably have to do the bases separately, that's another 7 hours, so it's probably like 14 hours of printing, then there's cleaning and stuff in between, and so that's like a full day.
Okay. So once I have the figs, then we can schedule the class then, because then I'll know how long then I can actually schedule things, because Gary can print them in a day, but they're at his house.
Well, and where are we gonna have the class? Are we gonna have it at your house or are we gonna have it?
We're
Yeah.
gonna have it at my house,
Okay,
because that's where all my paints are.
well, that makes sense. Okay,
All right,
All right,
Cool.
cool. So let me know when you have the figs, and we'll go from there.
okay, will do.
That's it. That's all I needed to talk about.
All right, well, good night, everybody, and see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Sharing.
cool.